on the Rogues streaming network. Medford Rogues Baseball is on the air. Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of your Rogues, Brian Welch.
From Medford, Medford Rogues Baseball is on the air as your Rogues continue the four-game series as they take on the Seattle Studs for Country Night at Harry and David Field. Howdy, everybody. I'm Brian Welch, the Rogues Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. Your Rogues are 1-1 overall on this 2025 season, picking up their first victory yesterday after taking Game 2 5-4 against the Studs. As the Rogues offense able to have fun in the third inning, able to have a 4-run frame with the help of the Studs, committing a lot of errors in that inning. As the Rogues able to tack on another run in the fourth inning, as the Rogues offense able to hold on with that one-run victory, 5-4 against the Seattle Studs. And yet again, another great start on the hill for the starter for your Medford Rogues. Last night, it was Bronson Chappell from Oregon Tech, able to go 7 innings strong, able to strike out 5 Studs batters. As the Rogues looking for the same start, as I'll send out Nico Crowley on the hill tonight for Game 3 of this 4-game series. As this Rogue squad looking to take the lead in the series, as this series is tied up at 1 game apiece in this 4-game series. As for Seattle, they're also 1-1 overall in this 2025 season. As last night, the Studs committed not 1, but 5 errors last night, and the Rogues took full advantage of that with that 5-4 victory yesterday in Game 2 of the series. But one guy on that Studs line has been hitting the ball well. He's been swinging a hot bat. It's Bradley Carl has been swinging a hot bat with 7 hits on the weekend. 3 hit on opening, had 3 hits on opening night, 4 hits last night. He has 7 hits in this total for this whole entire series, so the Rogues try to slow down the hot bat of Bradley Carl tonight in Game 3 of this 4-game series. I'd like to welcome you to the Rogues pregame show. I was able to sit down with Frankie Retigliano, the Medford Zone, the young man from the University of Portland, for our Getting Rowdy Rogues player profile, as well as we have our one-on-one conversation with head coach Kevin Olmstead. As Rogues right now working on the pitcher's mound right now, as actually there was a water leak that happened 10 minutes before we got on the air. So right now many of the Rogues players trying to dry up that wet spot behind the pitcher's mound. As well, I don't know if we're going to stay. I think we're still on schedule, but we shall see. We'll tell you when we come right back after this. But those two conversations with head coach Kevin Olmstead, as well as our one-on-one conversation with our Rogues player profile, Frankie Retigliano, is coming up right after the break. Plus, it is Country Night. If you follow me on social media, Brian Welch 127 on Instagram, and Brian Welch on Twitter, you get to see me in my country gear. You know what? Got the Rogues cowboy hat, the button shirt, the blue jeans, and everybody at Harry and David Field is following suit right now. A lot of cowboy hats, a lot of shirts, and a lot of blue jeans at the ballpark. Don't forget, if you are in the Medford area, come on down to the ballpark because you get to see a concert after the game as well. So right now, the Rogues looking to take the lead in this 4-game series, as this series is tied up at 1 game apiece. When we come right back after this, we have those two conversations with Frankie Retigliano and the coach, Kevin Olmstead. It's a beautiful evening in the Rogue Valley, 78 degrees, glacier blue skies overhead, and the constant friend, the wind blowing into the ballpark. It is a perfect Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. It's Game 3 of this 4-game series. It's Seattle, it's Medford, and it's all coming up next on the Rogue Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
First pitch swinging, that's in the air. Right center field, that's going to drop down for a hit right by the wall in right center. Going towards second base, rounding third, racing towards home is Isaac Hill, and he's going to score standing up. RBI triple off the bat of Frankie Retigliano. Another RBI for Frankie. Welcome back to the Rogues pregame show, now joined by our Rogues player spotlight. We're getting rowdy as it is Medford's own Frankie Retigliano. Frankie, how are you? Happy Saturday.
Good, thank you.
Hey, you know, you were swinging the bat really well yesterday. 2 for 3 for a pair of RBIs. You were seeing the ball really well last night, my friend.
Yeah, I just felt good, was looking for that fastball outer half of the plate and just looking to poke something to right field.
And that RBI triple was huge in the momentum of this team. And you are a Medford native. You grew up in this town. And what's it like to wear the Medford Rogues uniform?
It's a pleasure. You know, I grew up coming to these games, and a Friday night here at the ballpark when I was younger was a big deal. You know, it was a privilege to come out here. So to play for the hometown and represent my people and my place it's a great feeling. It's an opportunity.
And how many years you were going to Rogues games before you became a player for the Rogues?
I mean, ever since I really could really understand the game of baseball. So I would say 7 years old was first maybe. I did throw out the first pitch when I was 10 or 11 years old. So that was a big moment for me. I was super excited to do that when I was younger. So I have pictures from that game, being on the field with the players, and it's a great feeling, and it's just wonderful to look back at that and think about the fact that I looked up to those guys, and now I'm one of those guys for younger kids and the new generations coming up.
Well, that's good to hear. We are speaking to Frankie Retigliano, the young man from the University of Portland. I mean, hey, you know what? A D1 school in the West Coast Conference. What's it like to be able to play for a D1?
It's a privilege, honestly. It's something I've been working really hard for and got the opportunity to go do, and got some time as a freshman, and it was awesome. It was great opportunities, great experience, and couldn't ask for much more, you know?
And how would you describe West Coast Conference baseball to somebody that's never seen any teams play in that conference?
It's definitely gritty. A lot of hardworking guys down there. You know, it's a mid-major, so you got guys who might want it a lot more. A lot of guys putting in extra work, putting a lot of time, a lot of hours, and it's gritty baseball for sure.
And I know you're part of the Rogues for another season, but you're from the Medford area. Have you been playing tour guide for your teammates?
Not really, no. I don't. You know, my off time I kind of just keep low and hang around, you know. Don't go out a whole lot, so.
So what do you mean when you hang out and keep low? What do you mean by that?
Just hang out with my family, hang out with some friends, and yeah, that's about it.
So how many family members do you have coming to the ballpark every night?
I would say around 8 to 10. Yeah, I got a really good family support group and a lot of friends who love the support, and it's awesome. I really couldn't ask for anything more than that.
Let's ask you some hard, tough questions right now, my friend. What is your pregame meal?
Hawaiian Hut, just down the road on Riverside. We get an hour after BP to go get some food, and yeah, you best know I'm slamming some Hawaiian Hut. So what's your
go-to order?
It's the number 4. It's the Kalua chicken. It's the teriyaki chicken, rice, mac salad. It's awesome.
What's your favorite song to listen to get you fired up?
I wouldn't say I have a particular song. I just listen to a lot of early 2000s hip hop and rap.
So this being country night, are you a country guy or just?
Absolutely. You know, I used to kind of not like country at all. As I've gotten older, I've learned to appreciate it, and I think I like it more than rap and stuff now. But yeah, country's awesome.
You have a go-to artist you like listening to right now in country music?
Yeah, big Zach Bryan fan.
Why are you a big Zach Bryan fan?
He was just one of the first country artists I started listening to, and I like the way his music flows, and I love his voice.
Well, that's good to hear. We're talking with Frankie Retigliano, the shortstop who's been playing the past 2 nights, the young man out of the University of Portland. You want to work on anything for this summer season?
Yeah, my big thing is seeing spin, seeing the ball well at the plate, and getting the barrel to the ball as easy as possible.
You want to give out a shout-out to anybody, like your mom, your dad?
My whole family. Every single one of them is awesome. Family, mom, dad, sisters, grandparents, everyone that comes out and supports. I appreciate everybody.
Well, that's good to hear. Frankie, enjoy that Hawaiian hut and good luck out there tonight, all right?
Thank you.
That is infielder Frankie Vertegliano, Medford's own. When we come right back after this, we have that one-on-one conversation of head coach Kevin Olmstead. It's country night at the ballpark at Harry and David Field. Game 3 of this 4-game series coming up right after this. It's Seattle, it's Medford, Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogues Streaming Network.
Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues.
Welcome back to the Rogues pregame show. It's our one-on-one conversation with the coach, Kevin Olmstead. Coach, how are you? Happy Saturday and happy country night.
Happy Saturday. I'm living the dream. I'm happy to be here at the ball field.
And you know what? Last night, Coach, that was a up and back and forth roller coaster of affair last night. But, hey, your team got the victory, the first victory of the season. What did you think about how the team played last night?
Yeah, last night was a fun one, right? We would have liked to win in a little bit better fashion, but that's baseball for you, like game 1. I was super stoked for those guys. They handled adversity extremely well. Melzer, that came into relief, he was unfazed by those couple mistakes that we made defensively, and he, held his ground, and defense, controlled their breathing throughout the intense plays, and they made it the plays when it really mattered at the end.
And especially with one of the best hitters in the Studs lineup, a guy that has 7 hits against your squad in this series, Bradley Carl. Now, hey, great job positioning Isaac Hill in the right center field. The shift actually works. When you show that to somebody that doesn't believe in the shift.
Yeah, I'm a shift guy. I shift my defense at Oregon Tech. Coach and I work on the shift. We have charts that my other coach does. And, we talk to each other between at-bats of where we like guys, where we think about guys. Is he swing late? Is he early? What type of pitcher he is? So Coach Otto and I we kind of work together, and he's done an extremely good job with handling that.
And, hey, you know what? Another great start from your starting pitcher, Bronson Chappell. I mean, Chappell had a great outing, 7 innings strong, able to strike out 5. And it felt like that fastball was working really well for Bronson last night.
Yeah, man. Chappell, I've had the privilege to see Chappell in community college. I got to coach him the past 2 years at his university at Oregon Tech. And so I'm just so grateful that he's with us for this time. He's such a competitor, such a bulldog, so focused and intelligent. So I had no doubt in my mind that he was going to go 6-7 innings, and that's exactly what he did.
And, hey, you know what? A 4-run third inning, I mean, a lot of help. That offense was helped out by a lot of errors, but it felt like your team is clicking right now in this beginning part of the season.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Again, at the end of the day right now, it's surrendering wins and losses. It's how good can we get this culture, how well will the guys gel and connect together, and how well will these guys just trust the process of this long summer season.
And it is country night at Harry and David Field. I know that the team is going to be wearing cowboy hats during introductions and also the first inning. Are you going to be wearing a cowboy hat?
That's a surprise for the viewers. I guess you guys are going to have to watch and find out.
And country music, I know that you listen to it a little bit. Do you have a favorite artist you like listening to?
Let's go Zach Bryan. I'm listening to a little Zach Bryan radio on Pandora right now.
Zach Bryan radio on Pandora. Do you have a favorite song you like listening about with Zach Bryan?
Man, that's the hardest question you asked me all week. No, Something in the Orange, maybe. That's a good song of his.
Something in the Orange, but your team right now is playing really good baseball, and you have a guy that's going to be on the hill tonight. You talked about Crowley. Crowley's a guy that first-time Rogues fans are going to see him tonight. What should we expect when he's on the hill pitching?
Similar to last night, tons of strikes, tons of competitiveness. That's what's going to happen tonight.
And I always ask you this question, Coach. What are the keys to victory in taking down the Studs?
Competing. Compete. Handle adversity well, and being where your feet are at.
Well, that's good to hear, Coach. Coach, thank you so much for hopping on the pregame show. Hopefully we get to see you wear that cowboy hat, and good luck out there tonight, all right?
Yeehaw.
That's head coach Kevin Olmstead. When we come right back after this, we have the starting lineup and the first pitch. It is country night at the ballpark at Harry and David Field. Everyone get ready for the rodeo. It's Seattle, it's Medford, and it's all coming up next right here on the Rogue Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
high school sports,
or college, know your role.
you can be a player,
you can be a coach, you can be a spectator,
or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
it's my experience.
Let my coach coach me. Cheer for other players too.
Not just me.
That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
They have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role.
Hey, Ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
Know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
It is Game 3 of this 4-game series between the Seattle Studs and your Medford Rogues, as it is Country Night 2025 at Harry and David Field. Hi, everybody. Once again, my name is Brian Welch of the Rogue Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of it your Saturday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues baseball. If you joined us for the pregame show a little bit ago, talking about that leak that happened right behind the home plate, as that they're trying to, the players right now for the Medford Rogues are trying to put some drying agent on the field right now because the grass is wet. You don't normally see a delay on summer collegiate baseball with a burst pipe right behind the pitcher's mound. So right now the coaching staff, head coach Kevin Olmstead, right now making sure that the grass is dry, as this is Game 3 of this 4-game series between the Seattle Studs and the Medford Rogues. The Rogues trying to keep this winning ways going after that 5-4 victory last night in Game 2 of the series, as a updated first pitch time will be at 6:45 p.m. as it is Country Night 2025. Don't forget, if you are in the area, come on down to watch the baseball game, but also get to see the country concert after the game. That will be 10 minutes after the final pitch, and that's going to be a lot of fun. That will be on the field, as that's going to be a lot of fun. But this series has been fun to watch so far this week. If you have not been able to join us this week, catch you up on how the series has gone. On opening night 2025, it was the Rogues leading 2-0 until giving up 6 runs in the top half of inning number 8. Great performance on the hill by Dylan Finelli to start for the Rogues. 5 innings strong, able to have a touchdown of strikeouts against the Studs. And then the Rogues yesterday able to have a 4-run third inning at the help of the Seattle Studs, with creating a lot of errors, or committing a lot of errors, I should say. And the Rogues able to hold on to a 5-4 victory in Game 2 of this 4-game series on opening night, or opening weekend, I should say, of 2025. As this is going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen here tonight, because the Studs and the Rogues have been able to bring the best in the West and the Rogue Valley. This is going to be a lot of fun to see who can make the less mistakes tonight. Especially last night, the Rogues only committed 1 error, but if you're able to commit errorless baseball, it's going to be very important to see what's going to happen right now. As Barry Aiden's talking with head coach Kevin Olmstead, Barry Aiden, the skipper for Seattle, talking right now as that water is, you can still see a little bit of wet spots right behind the mound. Let's see what will happen right now, as Dave May having a conversation as well. So they're still trying to figure out what's going on, as it is supposed to be a 6:45 p.m. first pitch between the Seattle Studs and your Medford Rogues. Current temperatures at the ballpark. It is a comfortable evening for Country Night 2025. Glacier blue skies overhead, some clouds off in the distance, but the wind still blowing in. This is probably the most wind we've seen so far this whole entire weekend, and it was blowing pretty hard during batting practice, and if the ball was landed into right field, it was curving into right field, so watch out for that tonight, as we've seen some wacky things in this series, especially with pitching and also with the hitting. And you heard from Frankie Retigliano in the pregame interview with our one-on-one, actually with our Rogues player spotlight, as Frankie was really excited about that hit. But Frankie Vitigliano is a great guy to talk with about baseball, and this is we're ready to bring you the action. We'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll get you the starting lineup and the first pitch. It's country night at the Harry and David Corral in Medford, Oregon. It's Seattle, it's Medford, and it's all coming up right after this, right here on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Welcome back to Harry and David Field. It is a gorgeous evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley. My name is Brian Welch, the Rogue Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of it. Your evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, as just ready to bring you the Star-Spangled Banner national anthem right now. As Senate to Polka Dress announcer, Greg Roberts.
Join us for the national anthem presented by Rockwell Real Estate. Performing tonight's national anthem is Serena Carice.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting
And, of course, Serena will be the singer for the concert after the game.
It is another Chamber of Commerce evening in the Rogue Valley. Game 3 of this 4-game series between Seattle and Medford is about to happen. Once again, my name is Brian Welch of the Rogue Streaming Network to give you that starting lineup for the Seattle Studs, led by head coach Barry Aiden. The Studs are 1-1 overall in this 2025 season. Batting lead off is a shortstop, Chandler Stocking. Batting second is a right fielder who's had 7 hits in this series, Bradley Carl. Batting third is the first baseman, Ben Sherman. Batting cleanup is the center fielder, Ryan Sparrow. Batting in the 5 spot is the DH man, Brock Nishimiya. Batting sixth is the third baseman, Jackson Copeland. Batting seventh is the second baseman of Jake Gallagher. Batting eighth is the catcher, Joel Fernandez. And in the 9 spot is the left fielder, Garrett Ringer. On the hill pitching for your Medford Rogues, it is Nico Crowley. Nico Crowley, the young man from Bremerton, Washington, the sophomore from Olympic College, the Ranger on the hill this spring for Olympic College, had an earned run average of 2.16, pitched in 75 innings for the Rangers, had 12 appearances. As he's getting his warm-up tosses in right now, the Rogues rocking their black uniforms, green trim, white pants, and most of the players, except for Crowley, are wearing cowboy hats. They'll be wearing cowboy hats only for the first inning, but right now he's getting his warm-up tosses in right now, and everyone is excited to be wearing the cowboy hats. Let's give you the defense to back it up. Nico Crowley behind the dish, catching his Ortiz. Over at third base is Ferrado. Rictigliano's the shortstop. Hill's second baseman, and Cox is the first baseman. In the outfield from left to right for Medford is Horsley making his first appearance of 2025, starting in left field. Troy Osborne, the young man from Grants Pass, Oregon's in center, and Alley is in right. As right now it is a beautiful evening for baseball in Medford. Temperature is in the upper 70s. The dimensions of the ballpark at Harry and David Field, it's 325 down that left field line, 400 in dead away center, and 325 down that right field line. In the gaps in left and right center, it's 407. Let's give you the home plate umpire. They'll be calling the balls and strikes. It's Mr. Alex Chavez. The first base umpire is Brandon Dollarhide. And the third base umpire is Barry Allen. Not the Flash, but Barry Allen. That throw over to second base by Chris Ortiz means we're just about ready to bring you the action on Country Night 2025 in the Rogue Valley. Seattle rocking their blue uniforms, white pants, white numberings on this Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. Pull up your favorite chair. Medford Rogues baseball is on the air. And Crowley delivers the first pitch, and that's a fastball that misses down and out, ball 1. And we going at 6:47 p.m. in the Rogue Valley. Temperature is in the upper 70s, glacier blue skies overhead. 1-0 pitch, fastball fouled off to the right side, strike 1. So the starting lineup once again for Seattle, it's Stocking, Carl, Sherman, Sparrow, Makamisha, Copeland, Gallagher, Fernandez, and Ringer. Game 3 of this 4-game series really going right now, and that ball lands. That foul ball is in right field, actually. It's right fielder of Johnny Alley will throw it over to a fan on the berm. And we go back to work once again. 1 ball and 1 strike to the shortstop, Chandler Stocking. 3 hits so far in this series this weekend. Game 3 of this 4-game series. Early goings at Harry and David Field. 1-1. Curveball misses inside, ball 2. Stocking had 3 hits last night. Actually, 2 hits last night, 3 in total. Had 1 hit on opening night. Wind blowing fierce into the ballpark now, 2-1. Off-speed pitch misses high and tight, ball 3. And Stocking trying to work a walk to start the ball game off. Three balls and a strike. Fastball misses upstairs, ball 4, and Stocking's able to work a leadoff walk in the top half of inning number 1. So Stocking over at first base brings up the hottest bat in Medford. Bradley Carl comes up to the plate now. With 1 gone and nobody on in the top half of inning number 1. Bradley Carl last night had a 4-hit game, all singles. Guy who's been very fierce, been very impressive to watch so far in this series for the Studs. First pitch on the way is a fastball. Misses outside, ball 1. And Alex Chavez not giving Crowley a chance for the strike. He's not thrown an actual strike. The only strike that was was in that count was a foul ball. Wind blowing still hard in the ballpark at Harry and David Field. 1-0 pitch. Curveball misses. Outside ball, too. And this is going to be a very stringent zone tonight, courtesy of the star of the zone, Alex Chavez. 2 balls and no strikes to the right fielder of Bradley Carl, guy who's had 7 hits so far this weekend. 2-0 pitch. Fastball right down Main Street, strike 1, and that's the first pitch for a strike for Nico Crowley. Runner at first base, that's Chandler Stocking. Kyle Cox holding the runner over at first base. It's a beautiful evening for baseball for Country Night 2025 at the ballpark. 2-1. Fastball fouled off to the left side, strike 2.
That one's just a bit foul.
Ben Sherman waits on deck for Seattle in the top half, inning number 1. 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the right fielder that has been swinging the bat pretty well so far this weekend, Bradley Carl. And the pitch home. Off-speed pitch misses down and out, I should say. Ball 3, and the count fills up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Top half of inning number 1. And the payoff. It's a fastball. It misses outside, ball 4. And that's the second walk issued by Nico Crowley. So Stocking goes over to second base. Carl goes over to first.
First baseman Ben Sherman.
We talked about in the pregame show about how the Rogues have had decent starts from Dylan Finelli and as well as Bronson Chappell yesterday. Now with 2 on and nobody gone, the top half inning number 1. Ben Sherman's trying to get the first run home for the Studs tonight on the Saturday evening. First pitch, fastball right down Cedar Avenue, strike 1. As it is, Ben Sherman at the dish. Sherman from Spokane, Washington. Stocking at second, Carl at first. Wind blowing strongly into the ballpark now. You can hear it on the crowd mic. Strike 1 pitch home. Off speed, away but a miss, strike 2. As Nico Crowley's in charge of the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second, no balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch home. 0-2, that's going to be in the air. Right fielder going to his left is Alley in foul territory, and that ball is going to run out of room. That ball will land in the bullpen of the Studs. We'll do it again, still no balls and 2 strikes in the top half, inning number 1. Runners at first and second, Carl at first, Stocking at second. They're there because they're able to work a walk. Still nobody gone in the top half, inning number 1 on a packed evening at Harry and David Field. A lot of fans in attendance for this one for the Saturday evening. Wind still blowing into the ballpark now. No score between Seattle and Medford. Top half inning number 1. 0-2 pitch. 0-2. That's going to be served up in the right field. Going to his left is Alley. Alley tracks it down, makes the grab, tagging from second, going towards third is Stocking, and the relay throw is not gonna be in time. So Stocking's able to get over to third base, so Sherman flies out for the first out of the frame. I gave you the defense a little bit ago. We can give you that defense once again with 1 gone and runners on the corners. Top half of inning number 1. Ortiz is the catcher tonight. Fierdo is the third baseman. Tiliano is the shortstop. Hill is the second baseman. And Kyle Cox is the first baseman for your Rogues. In the outfield from left to right for Medford, it's Horsley, Osborne, and Alley. So now the athletic trainer for the Rogues making sure Chandler Stocking's okay. So now with Seattle only 90 feet away from scoring. Top half inning number 1, the center fielder Ryan Sparrow, who's had 1 hit so far in this series, goes to work now with the Studs only 90 feet away from scoring. No score between Seattle and Medford. The previous 2 games in the series, the Studs have not gotten a run across in the first inning. First pitch on the early ground ball. That's going to escape into left field. Base hit. RBI single off the bat of Ryan Sparrow. Gets the first run across the plate for Seattle. 1-0. Seattle out in front on the Saturday evening.
Now batting designated hitter Brock Makashima.
So now Brock Makashima comes up to the plate now with 1 gone and 2 on. In the top half, inning number 1. That's the first time the Studs have gotten a runner across the plate this weekend in the first inning. So an RBI single off the bat of Sparrow brings up Makashima. 1 hit so far this weekend. Runners at first and second. First offering on the way. Fastball misses upstairs. Ball 1. Makashima from Hawaii, attending University of Puget Sound up in the Washington area. 1-0. Studs out in front. Game 3 of this 4-game series. Crowley checks on the runner at second base of Carl. Throw, and that's a good pitch there. Good fastball. It blows right past Makashima. Cut on, miss, strike 1. Studs lead early 1-0 against your Medford Rogues. Ones are wild in the top half, inning number 1. And the 1-1 home. Fastball, that's going to be in the air. Right field, foul territory, calling everybody off as Kyle Cox, but he's going to let that ball land on the grass berm. And a little kid in a blue shirt wearing a black and orange hat is able to pick up that foul ball. Strike 2. So once again, Crowley's ahead of the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes in the top half, inning number 1. Runners at first and second. Sparrow at first. Carl at second base. Wind still blowing into the ballpark now. That's been a constant we've seen so far this whole entire weekend. 1-2. Fastball, strike 3 called right down Main Street. First strikeout for Nico Crowley tonight in a Rogues uniform. Good strikeout by Crowley to get his confidence back. 2 gone and 2 on. The top half, inning number 1, as Jackson Copeland goes to work now for his first trip to the dish on this Saturday evening. Copeland in the 6th spot for Seattle. Seattle leading early 1-0 against your Medford Rogues on this beautiful Saturday evening. First offering home, that's a curveball, misses downstairs. Ball 1. Seattle able to drive in the first run off the bat of Ryan Sparrow. RBI single, he's occupying first base. Bradley Carl's currently over at second base. He's there because of a walk. One-0 pitch. Fastball, that's going to be lined over the head of the second baseman Hill. Rounding third, racing towards home is Carl, and Carl is going to score standing up. Now RBI single off the bat of Jackson Copeland makes it a 2-0 game for Seattle. So a ribby off the bat of Sparrow, and now off the bat of Copeland brings up the second baseman, Jake Gallagher. For the first time in this series, the Studs able to draw first blood. Did not get a run across the plate on Thursday in the first inning. Did not get a run across the plate in last night's first inning. Suddenly the Studs leading 2-0 now in the top half, inning number 1. First pitch on the way. Fastball blows right past the batter of Jake Gallagher. 1 hit on the weekend for Jake. Kyle Cox holding the runner over at first base. Strike 1 pitch on the way. Good breaking ball that finds the inside corner. Strike 2. And Nico Crowley ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. The top half of inning number 1. 2-0, Seattle out in front. Runners on the corners. Sparrow over at third, Copeland at first base. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch off speed. And it misses inside, ball 1. And the Stars and Stripes blowing into the ballpark now. Definitely the wind is picking up already in the top half of inning number 1. Seattle leading 2-0 against Medford. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Another great pitch by Nico Crowley, and he's able to get out of the jam. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left as it is Ryan Sparrow over at third base and Jackson Copeland over at first. We go to the bottom half of inning number 1 right after this. Seattle 2, Medford coming up. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogues Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
high school sports,
or college, know your role.
you can be a player,
You can be a coach. You can be a spectator.
or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
it's my experience.
let my coach coach me.
Cheer for other players too.
Not just me.
That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
They have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role.
Hey, ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
Know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Another great evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley. Game 3 of this 4-game series between Seattle and Medford. Brian Witch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network to give you that starting lineup for your Medford Rogues, led by head coach Kevin Olmstead, as your Rogues are 1-1 on this 2025 season. Batting lead off, playing in center field is Troy Osborne. Batting second is the third baseman, Mark Fierdo. Batting third is the right fielder, Johnny Alley. Batting cleanup is the DH man, Caden Casagrande. Batting in the 5 spot is the catcher, Chris Ortiz from Sonoma State. Batting in the 6th spot is the first baseman, Kyle Cox. Batting 7th is the left fielder, Aiden Horsley. Batting 8th is the second baseman, Isaac Hill. And in the 9th spot is Medford's own Frankie Tigliano. He is the shortstop tonight, as that is the starting lineup for your Medford Rogues. As the starting pitcher for Seattle, it is Vaden Lawrence. Vaden Lawrence out of University Place, Washington, currently going to Pierce Community College as he gets the start. There's Troy Osborne ready to go to work right now. And you heard from head coach Kevin Olmstead talk about what he's going to wear at the third base side, coaching the third base tonight, wearing a cowboy hat and cowboy boots, that's right. And Corey Saragusa, the first base coach, first pitch swinging, and that's going to be fouled off to the right side. Strike one. First base coach Corey Saragusa wearing a cowboy hat and cowboy boots tonight, along with his baseball uniform. So the coaches get into the country night theme at Harry and David Field. Let's give you that starting lineup once again, as Troy Osborne's behind. No balls and 1 strike in the bottom half of inning number 1. Pitch from Lawrence, strike 1 pitch. Fastball misses inside, ball 1. So it's Osborne, Fierdo, Allen, Casagrande, Ortiz, Cox, Horsley, Hill, and Frankie Vitigliano. 1 ball and 1 strike, and the pitch home. Fastball escapes away from the catcher of Fernandez, ball 2. Troy Osborne, the young man from Grants Pass, currently in the transfer portal, did play a year at Sacramento State. Troy still looking for his first hit in the series and the season. Right-handed batter, Osborne trying to keep this at bat going. 2-1, that's going to be fisted into right center. Going to his left is Sparrow, and he's able to make the play for out number 1. So Osborne flies out for the first out of the frame. Let's give you that defense is backing up the starter of Vaden Lawrence. Behind the dish catching is Fernandez. The third baseman is Copeland. Stockings the shortstop. Gallagher is the second baseman. And Sherman is the first baseman. In the outfield from left to right for Seattle, it's Ringer, Sparrow, and Carl. 1 gone and nobody on in the bottom half of inning number 1. First pitch on the way. Ground ball, chopper foul down that third base side. Strike 1 to Mark Fedro. Mark Fedro out of Irvine, California. The Vulcan from Hawaii Hilo on the Big Island. Had a very good conversation with Mark yesterday after the game. Strike 1 pitch. That's a fastball. It's fouled off. Strike 2. As Mark loves his Chipotle. We're talking about his Chipotle order. But where he goes to school at, the Big Island does not have any Chipotles. That's correct. So he goes to a lot of Hawaiian barbecue places and a lot of Korean barbecue places when he wants to eat off campus. 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, ball 1. I know Mark's mother's listening right now, so shout out to Mark's mom. Now Mark's dad's at the ball game, was at the ball game last night. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball, that's fouled off, hits the net. Do it again, still 1 ball and 2 strikes in the bottom half of inning number 1. 2-0, Seattle out in front against Medford. Game 3 of this 4-game series for Country Night 2025. And we've been talking about it all week about me forgetting my cowboy boots. Hey, you know what? 1-2. Off speed, strike 3 called, and that's going to be on the upper third. First strikeout victim for Vaden Lawrence. The bottom half of inning number 1.
The right fielder from Cal State Northridge, number 35, Johnny Alley.
So 2 up and 2 down in the bottom half of inning number 1 as Johnny Alley goes to work right now with the bases empty. The bottom half of inning number 1. As the third baseman of Copeland playing even at the bag at third. First pitch on the way. Off-speed pitch finds the outside corner, strike 1. As Johnny Alley, the right fielder, has been in right field all weekend long. He's had a fun time tracking down fly balls in the outfield this weekend. Strike 1 pitch home. Fastball lifted foul down that third base side, strike 2. Alley from Menifee, California. That's a small town in Southern California. Another player that grew up in Menifee is Caleb Anderson, a pitcher at Fresno State. No balls and 2 strikes. Fastball lasered foul down that third base side. Will do it again. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Bottom half of inning number 1. 2 gone and the base is empty. And the Rogues first. 0-2. Curveball misses outside, ball 1. Caden Casagrande waits on deck for Medford in the bottom half of inning number 1, 2-0. Seattle out in front, game 3 of this 4-game series. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch home from Lawrence. Fastball, and did he get hit? And he said he did not go around. He got hit by the pitch, and Johnny Alley continues the frame with a hit by pitch.
Now batting the designated hitter from College of Idaho, number 12, Caden Casagrande.
So now Caden Casagrande goes up to the plate for his first trip of the evening. Runner at first base, that's Johnny Alley. 2 gone and 1 on in the bottom half of inning number 1. Seattle leading 2-0 against Medford. Right-handed batter, Caden Casagrande, 2 hits so far in this series this weekend. First pitch on the way. Fastball is elevated, ball 1. Casagrande at the dish right now. Rogues offense able to get 2 runs across the plate on opening night. 5 runs yesterday. Got to improve every night, and the Rogues trying to improve here. The 1-0, that's going to be a fastball that misses inside a ball 2. And all the players on that third base side for the Rogues wearing cowboy hats. You know, I got a cowboy hat during BP. It's really nice with the Rogues logo on the front of it. I was wearing it during BP. It was pretty good. You know what? I was telling the guys that I usually wear Western shirts to school. 2-0 pitch on the way, and that's a strike that finds the outside corner, strike 1. And I usually wear jeans and a button shirt to college when I went to college. Graduated 2 weeks ago from yesterday, but gotta look professional when you go into college, you know what I mean? 2 balls and 1 strike in the bottom half of inning number 1, and the pitch, fastball, and that's a strike that finds the inside third, strike 2. Deuces are wild in the bottom half of inning number 1. Chris Ortiz waits on deck for the Rogues in the bottom half of inning number 1, 2-0, Seattle out in front on this blustery Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. Talked about it last night. A lot of college baseball going on with the regionals. The regional just up the road was some big news out of Eugene. 2-2. Fastball, chopper foul down that third base side. Will do it again. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the bottom of 1, 2-0, Seattle out in front against the Studs on game 3 of this 4-game series. Rogues trying to continue this inning now. 0-2 from Lawrence. Off speed. That's going to be skied in the air. Left field drifting to his right is Ringer. Ringer will try to track it down. He'll make the grab for out number 3. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left as it is Johnny Alley over at first base. We go to the second right after this. Seattle leading 2-0 against Medford. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes, parents, community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
Seattle 2, Medford 0 as we go to the top half of inning number 2 at Harry and David Field. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network as it is. The 8-9-1 batters due up for Seattle of Fernandez, followed by Ringer, and the top of the order of Chandler Stocking on the hill. Still pitching for your Rogues, it is Nico Crowley. First pitch on the way from Crowley comes home. It's a fastball. It blows right past Joel Fernandez, strike 1. Fernandez, who caught in game 1 of the series on opening night Thursday, gets their chance in the lineup tonight in the 8th spot. Strike 1 pitch home from Crowley. Fastball right down Cedar Avenue, strike 2. And Nico Crowley's ahead, no balls and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 2 on a gorgeous evening in the Rogue Valley. 2-0, Seattle out in front. Crowley takes a deep breath and the 0-2 home. That's going to be fisted into right field. That's going to drop for a hit. And Joel Fernandez gets aboard with his first hit of the evening with a leadoff knock in the top half of inning number 2.
Left fielder Garrett Ringer.
So Garrett Ringer goes to work now for his first AB of the evening. 1 gone and 1 on. Well, no, nobody gone and 1 on and nobody gone in the top half of inning number 2. Rogues thinking of a double play. Kyle Cox will hold the runner over at first base. Crowley trying to get this first out. Scores for a bunt, and that will be downstairs as Chris Ortiz will fall on their grenade for that one. Strike 1. Ortiz slow to get up after that play. Talking to Chris Olmstead now, Kevin Olmstead, I should say. As the athletic trainer will make sure Chris Ortiz is okay. I think Chris Ortiz was hitting a spot that makes every person wince. Chris Ortiz trying to catch his breath right now. Gets a glass of water, his water from his hydro flask, and he will try to catch his breath right now. 2-0, Seattle out in front against Medford in Game 3 of this 4-game series. And Chris will catch his breath and we'll go back to work once again in the top half of inning number 2. Fernandez over at first base. Garrett Ringer at the dish for his first trip of the evening. As it is a strike. No balls and 1 strike in the top half of inning number 2. Chandler Stocking waits on deck now. As it is a right-on-right matchup. Kyle Cox holding the runner of Fernandez at first base. Wind blowing into the ballpark now. First, the strike 1 pitch home, and that's going to be another fastball right down Main Street. So a good, healthy dose of fastballs from Nico Crowley. As he's in charge of the count, no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 to Ringer. That's going to be line foul right into the dugout of the Seattle Studs on that first base side. Will do it again. Still no balls and 2 strikes in the Studs' second. Wind still picking up, 15 to 20 mile per hour winds right now at the ballpark. The most wind we've seen so far this weekend. Crowley will check on the runner, Fernandez, at first base. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch, and off speed, and he did go around on it for strike 3. His 3rd strikeout of the evening for Nico Crowley. 1 gone in the top half of inning number 2. Good pitch there, good fastball, and a good off-speed pitch by Crowley. Gets his 3rd strikeout of the evening. As we go back to the top of the order of Chandler Stocking. Able to work a walk in his first AB of the evening. Runner at first base. Rogues trying to get a double play right now. First pitch. Off speed, a wave and a miss. Good curveball.
Shortstop Chandler Stocking.
No balls and 1 strike in the top half of inning number 2. Crowley able to pitch very well, pitching well so far. Good fastball, good off speed with that curveball. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Fastball misses down, ball 1. Infield yesterday, the Rogues able to turn 1 double play. Trying to turn 4 tonight. That's the goal right now. Wind still blowing into the ballpark. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. 1-1. That's going to be in the air, skying. That's going to be in the shallow right field, calling everybody off as Isaac Hill. And Stocking flies out for the 2nd out of the frame. So 2 gone and 1 on in the top half of inning number 2 is Bradley Carl, the guy who's been swinging the bat pretty well so far this weekend, comes up to the plate for his 2nd trip through the order. Able to work a walk back in the first, able to cash that walk in for a run. 2-0, Seattle out in front. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors for the Studs of Seattle. First offering home. Fastball finds the inside corner. Good location by Nico Crowley. Crowley pitching well so far in a Rogues uniform after giving up those 2 walks to start off the ball game. Good fastball, good curveball. 3 strikeouts to his name right now. 2 gone and 1 on, top of 2. Strike 1 pitch. That's going to be slicing foul. Even chases Fedro, and that ball will land out of play. Strike 2. There's a sea of Cowboy hats on that first base side. There's a lot of Cowboy hats on that third base side as well, excluding the dugout of the Rogues. A lot of the Rogues players still wearing those Cowboy hats. Mark Vedro still wearing his Cowboy hat at third base, as well as Troy Osborne. 0-2, and that's going to be a ground ball foul down that third base side. We'll do it again, still no balls and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 2. Seattle leading 2-0 against Medford in Game 3 of this 4-game series at Harry and David Field. And just another perfect evening for baseball. We'll give you some of the scores from across the college baseball landscape, as well as see how the other teams in the Pacific Empire League are doing as well this evening. 0-2. That's going to be lined into center field. Base hit for Bradley Carl, and he gets aboard of a 2-out knock. And sprinting towards third is Joe Fernandez. And there's runners on the corners in the top half of inning number 2. Bradley Carl picks up his 8th hit of the weekend. Ben Sherman goes to work now with runners on the corners. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. Studs trying to strengthen their lead. The top half of inning number 2. Rogues trying to quell this advantage right now of the Studs. Runners on the corners. Runners, Fernandez at third, Carl at first. First pitch. Off speed, misses up and in, ball 1. Sherman, who had a fly out back in the first, still looking for his first hit of the evening. In this series, has had 2 hits so far. One ball, no strikes. Fastball right down Main Street. Another good fastball by Crowley. 1 ball and 1 strike in the top of 2. 1 ball, 1 strike. Off speed, Bittens into the inside corner for a strike. Good location there with that curveball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Crowley's ahead in the count. Runners on the corners. Fernandez at third, Carl at first base. 2-0. Seattle out in front on this game 3 of this 4-game series. Runner goes. That's going to be fouled off to the screen. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carl was going to go for it. That ball was fair. A little hit and run action by the Studs. But it went foul. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 gone. And runners on the corners. Top half of inning number 2, 2-0. Seattle out in front. Crowley a check on the runner of Carl at first base. Kyle Cox holding the runner at first. 1-2. Off speed. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Another great curveball by Nico Crowley. And the side is retired. 4 strikeouts for Nico Crowley so far tonight. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. And at 2 left as it is, Joe Fernandez at third base and Bradley Carl at first base. As Nico Crowley is able to get out of the jam. We go to the bottom half of inning number 2 right after this. Due up for the Rogues, it's Chris Ortiz, Kyle Cox, and Aiden Horsley. More from Medford right after this. Seattle 2, Medford 0. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogues Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes, parents, community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
Medford still searching for their first run of the Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. 2-0 Seattle out in front against Medford as it is. The catcher Chris Ortiz lead off the bottom half of inning number 2, followed by Kyle Cox and Aiden Horsley. Still on the mound pitching for Seattle. It is Vaden Lawrence. Vaden Lawrence, 1 strikeout so far. Had in that first inning as he delivers that first pitch to Chris Ortiz. Fastball, that's downstairs, ball 1. Chris Ortiz, 1 hit so far this series. It worked a couple of walks as well. The Seawolf from Sonoma State trying to get aboard to lead off the frame. 1-0. And it's a wave and a miss, strike 1. And today Chris and I were talking about swinging the torpedo bat. His college teammate Garrett Bardo was swinging a torpedo bat on opening night, but he said, you know what, I was swinging a bomb bat, but I'm going to use a team-issued bat tonight. He was hitting the ball well in BP. 1-1, that's downstairs, ball 2. Chris Ortiz, a guy that's trying to get aboard now, the young man from Las Vegas, Nevada, trying to get this offense to move. The Rogues have had their moments offensively, good moments and bad moments. 2-1 pitch, fastball finds the outside corner, and the count goes even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The wind is picking up a lot more than we saw last night and also on opening night. Infield playing deep for the Studs now in the bottom half of inning number 2. 2-2 from Lawrence. Fastball misses upstairs, ball 3, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2. Fastball misses down and out, ball 4. And Chris Ortiz gets his 3rd walk of the weekend with a leadoff walk at the bottom half of inning number 2. So now Kyle Cox goes to work now for his first appearance of the evening. The Texan Probably enjoying country night at the ballpark. It's his first trip of the evening. Had one at bat last night. Currently playing first base for the Rogues tonight as the right-handed batter. Takes a fastball that misses outside. Ball one. 1 ball and no strikes in the bottom half of inning number 2. Seattle out in front 2-0 against your Medford Rogues. A lot of goose eggs on that scoreboard for the Rogues. 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball, that's going to be in the air. Skying into right field, tracking it down is Carl. And Carl drifts to his left, and he's able to make the play for out number 1. So Kyle Cox flies out for the first out of the frame. As Aiden Horsley goes to work now for his first trip of the evening. 1 gone and 1 on in the bottom half of inning number 2. Aiden Horsley last night had 1 hit that provided some excitement for this Rogues offense. Rogues right now still hitless. First pitch on the way. Fastball misses downstairs, ball 1. And you're probably thinking, you know what, you probably think about the broadcaster's jinx when you have a no-hitter going on. I know this is only in the second inning, but Van Lawrence still has a no-hitter right now. No-hitter, no-hitter, no-hitter. You'll usually hear about this with broadcasters. 1-0 pitch, misses inside, ball 2. Aiden Horsley at the dish right now. Horsley, a freshman from Medford, Oregon. Guy's going to Lower Columbia College. Averaged .236 at the dish this spring. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch home from Lawrence. Fastball finds the outside corner, strike 1. But I do believe there is a broadcaster's jinx when a no-hitter is being thrown on the field. I can say that. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fastball, and he gets a piece of it on his left foot. Horsley will dance around a little bit. So right now at the Harry and David Corral on Country Night 2025, it's Medford trailing 2-0 against Seattle as Horsley slow to get up. Feeling that left foot. Head coach Kevin Olmstead making sure he's okay, wearing the cowboy boots tonight on Western night. Second Rogues player to get the wind knocked out of him tonight. The first guy I had that, he's over at first base, Chris Ortiz. So Horsley not horsing around with this injury, or not injury, but how he's walking around right now. That has to sting. Like you hit a foul ball on the foot. You had that protective gear on the left foot, but it still hurts. Wind still blowing in the ballpark at Harry and David Field on this Wednesday evening. 2-2. That's going to be a ground ball bouncer foul down that third base side. Good response by Horsley after found that foul ball off his left foot. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes as Isaac Hill waits on deck for the Rogues. There's a big at-bat right now. Stud's thinking about turning a double play. They turned multiple double plays yesterday. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch home from Lawrence. Off speed, that's going to be lined into center field. Base hit. Aiden Horsley picks up a 1-out knock in the bottom half of inning number 2. Good hitting and a good recovery by Aiden Horsley. Horsley to put runners at first and second. So a 1-out knock off the bat of Horsley brings up Isaac Hill, who had a great night last night. 2 hits from the dish as he goes to work now for his first trip of the evening. Tying run over at first base. Go ahead run at the dish. 2-0 Seattle out in front. Only 1 gone in the bottom half of inning number 2. Third baseman of Copeland playing off the bag at third. First pitch on the way. Fastball right down Cedar Avenue. Strike 1. Big at bat right now if you are Isaac Hill in this Rogue squad. No balls, 1 strike. Lawrence checks on the runner of second base of Ortiz, and that 0-1 pitch misses upstairs, ball 1. Runners at first and second, one gone. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch home. Fastball gets away from the catcher, Fernandez, and the runners of Ortiz and Horsley will venture over to second and third, putting the Rogues only 180 and 90 feet away from scoring the bottom half of inning number 2. So right now, this Rogue squad offensively looking to make some noise in the bottom half of inning number 2. 2-0, Seattle out in front. Game 3 of this 4-game series. As the first baseman of Sherman's playing way off the bag at first. Infield shifting to the left now for Seattle. As Isaac Hill's ahead, 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1. Fastball, that's going to be fouled off to the right side, strike 2.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Runners at second and third. Ortiz at third. Horsley at second. Wind still blowing into the ballpark. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch home from Lawrence. Off speed. That's hit well into left field. Going back is Ringer. Ringer at the track, at the wall. And that ball is going to one hop off the wall. 1 runs in. Speeding around third is Horsley. And Horsley is going to try to get to the plate. And he does get across the plate. RBI triple after the ball escapes away from Fernandez. Bases clearing, 2-run RBI triple off the bat of Isaac Hill. His 3rd hit of the weekend in a Rogues uniform. And Isaac Hill testing the limits in left field where fly balls go to die. But that ball was a 1 hop off the wall. And Isaac Hill makes this game even at 2. Great hitting by Isaac Hill once again, all with 1 out. Now the umpire's going to come in now and have a conversation. As the home plate umpire of Alex Chavez will bring in his crew of Brandon Dollarhide and Barry Allen. Isaac Hill over at third base due to an RBI triple, 2-run RBI triple to make this game fun for the Rogues. And triples have been the name of the game now as Alex Chavez have a conversation with Barry Aiden, the skipper of Seattle. It's kind of interesting to what the conversations pertained right now with Barry Aiden. And home plate umpire Alex Chavez. We go back to work once again. Runner at third base as Franklin Ritigliano goes to work now. Only 1 gone in the bottom half of inning number 2.
The shortstop from Medford in the University of Portland, number 15, Frankie Ritigliano.
Yes, Frankie Ritigliano goes to work now. Medford zone. He gets that round of applause. All leveled up at 2 apiece. That's going to be a high chopper over the head of the shortstop stalking. It takes a hop into left center. RBI single off the bat of Frankie Ritigliano. And the Rogues get their first lead of the evening off the bat of Medford zone of Frankie Ritigliano. Another great hit by the Rogues. And timely hitting only with 1 out as we go back to the top of the order. Troy Osborne ready to go to work now. 3-2 Medford out in front, bottom half of inning number 2. So another great hit once again. 3 runs on 3 hits so far. Rogues right now keeping that offense going. And that ball took a weird hop and it went over the shortstop's head of Stocking. Runner goes. That's going to be a ground ball foul. Roller down that third base side. Strike 1. Still only 1 gone in the bottom half of inning number 2. And you heard from head coach Kevin Olmsted talk about that in our first one-on-one conversation opening night. He wants to create havoc on the base pass, and Frankie Ritigliano about to get on his horse from first to second. Rogues trying to get a little hit and run action now. No balls and 1 strike. Lawrence ready. And the strike 1 pitch home. Fastball, that's going to be in the air, popped up. Shallow right center field, as it is going to be calling everybody off. As Troy Osborne flies out for the second out of the frame.
Now batting the third baseman, Mark Fenro.
So now Mark Fedro goes to work now, 2 gone and 1 on in the bottom half of inning number 2. 3-2 Medford out in front against Seattle. Rogues right now trying to keep this offense moving now. Game 3 of this 4-game series. Fedro 0 for 1 so far tonight. Throw over to first base. It's a rundown. Retigliano is going to try to go over to second base. And the tag is going to be applied late. And Frankie Retigliano is able to steal second base. Coach Kevin Olmstead wanted havoc on the base path, and that's some havoc there. Frankie Retigliano able to swipe second base, putting the Rogues only 180 feet away from scoring in the bottom half of inning number 2. With 2 gone, this makes this at-bat important now for Mark Fedro, the Vulcan from Hawaii Hilo. 3-2 Medford out in front, bottom of 2, first pitch on the way. It's a fastball right down Main Street, strike 1. Fedro, who struck out back in the first. That's the only strikeout Vaden Lawrence has been able to get so far tonight. Infield shifting to the left now for Seattle. Second baseman Gallagher close to the bag. Is that 0-1 pitch, misses up and in, ball 1. One ball and 1 strike. 2 gone and a runner at second base at Retigliano. That pitch is going to miss upstairs off speed. Ball 2. Frankie Retigliano over at second base. He's there because of an RBI single, able to swipe second base. Rogues only 180 feet away from scoring in the bottom half of inning number 2. 3 runs on 3 hits so far tonight for the Rogues. 2-1 from Lawrence. Fastball gets away from Fernandez. The throw over to third base is not going to be contested, and Frankie Retigliano swipes second base, and he swipes third base. And the Rogues are only 90 feet away from scoring in the bottom half of inning number 2. Another great play by Frankie Retigliano. Medford's own having fun. He's been going to games since he's been learning baseball as a kid. Is that 3-1? That's in the air. Going back is Ringer in left field, and that ball's going to go over his head, and it's going to be a 1 hop off the wall. And Mark Fedro is able to drive one in with an RBI double, and the Rogues have a 4-spot in the bottom half of inning number 2, a 4-spot inning. And Mark Fedro gets another hit on the weekend, his 3rd hit so far. This Rogue squad having fun at the dish tonight, leading by 2, 4-2. And the Rogues lineup testing the limits of left field. Another double, a triple I should say, off the bat of Isaac Hill. Now a RBI double off the bat of Fedro. Makes it a 4-2 lead for Medford, bottom half of inning number 2. First offering on the way, and that's going to be a fastball that misses inside, ball 1. Right now, this is a big at-bat right now for Johnny Alley, hit by a pitch back in the first, left stranded over at first base. One ball, no strikes, and the pitch home. Off speed, almost takes Alley's head off. Ball 2. Lawrence gets the signal from the catcher, Fernandez. 2 balls, no strikes. Checks on the runner, Fedro at second. The 2-0 pitch, fastball. That's a strike that lasers in on the inside corner, strike 1. Two balls and 1 strike. And that's a fastball that finds the inside third. Strike 2, I should say, as the Deuces go wild. The bottom half of inning number 2, 4-2 Medford out in front. 4 runs on 4 hits so far. Rogues have another 4-run frame like they did back in the 3rd inning yesterday. 2-2 from Lawrence. Off speed, that's going to be lined over the head of the shortstop, stalking, rounding third, racing towards home is Fedro, and Fedro's going to score standing up. RBI double off the bat of Johnny Alley, and the Rogues are having an RBI inning at Harry and David Field. It's a 5-2 lead for Medford in the bottom half of inning number 2. The Rogues offense waking up offensively with 2 outs in the bottom half of inning number 2. Now head coach Barry Aiden will step out of the dugout to have a conversation with Aiden Lawrence. Offense has been on fire so far for the Rogues. 5 runs on 5 hits. And all started with a walk from Chris Ortiz, then a base hit by Aiden Horsley, an RBI triple off the bat of Isaac Hill, an RBI single off the bat of Franklin Ritigliano, RBI double off the bat of Mark Fedro, and another RBI double off the bat of Johnny Alley. Makes it a 5-2 lead for Medford. 5 runs on 5 hits so far for the Rogues on the Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. Now the bullpen starting to stir for Seattle now in the bottom half of inning number 2. Aiden Lawrence trying to nurse this inning home. 2 gone and 1 on in the bottom half of inning number 2, as it is Caden Casagrande ready to go to work now, the right-handed batter. 0 for 1 so far tonight. Medford leading 5-2 against Seattle. Runner goes to throw, and that's going to be a strike right down Cedar Avenue. And the Rogues able to swipe third base. Johnny Alley, whole host of stolen bases so far in this inning alone, puts the Rogues only 90 feet away from scoring. As Kenan Casagrande is behind, no balls and 1 strike. Lawrence ready, and the strike 1 pitch home. Fastball curves in. Actually, excuse me, that's a breaking ball that misses high and tight. Ball 1. Casagrande 0 for 1 so far this evening, did fly out back in the first. 1-1. Fastball misses upstairs, ball 2. The offense had fun last night with a 4-run third inning. Now it's a 5-run second inning on Country Night at the ballpark at Harry and David Field. 2-1. Fastball misses outside of ball 3. This Rogues offense right now trying to continue the frame with all of 2 gone. Bottom half of inning number 2. Casagrande trying to work a walk ahead, 3 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch home. 3-1 pitch, fastball misses upstairs. Ball 4, and Caden Casagrande is able to work a 2-out walk, putting runners on the corners now in the bottom half of inning number 2.
Now batting the catcher, Chris Ortiz.
Now the Rogues offense has gone through a whole entire lineup card. As Chris Ortiz gets his second at bat in this inning. First pitch on the way, fastball misses outside, ball 1. Chris Ortiz able to work a walk in this inning, able to catch that walk in for a run. Runners on the corners. Johnny Alley at third base. Caden Casagrande at first base. Throw over to first. Try to chase the runner of Casagrande back. He's able to get back to the bag standing up. So 1 ball and no strikes in the bottom of 2. One ball, no strikes. Fastball misses down and out. Ball 2. Stud's warming up a right-handed pitcher right now. 2 gone and 2 on. Wind still blowing into the ballpark. 5-2 Medford out in front. Bottom of 2. 2-0 pitch. Off speed misses up and out. Ball 3. And yet again, Chris Ortiz trying to work a walk. As home plate umpire Alex Chavez told something to the Rogues dugout on that third base side. Go back to work once again. 3 balls and no strikes in the bottom half of inning number 2 on Country Night 2025 at the ballpark. 5-2 Medford out in front. Alley at third, Casagrande at first base. 3-0 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, ball 4. And the bases are juiced in the bottom half of inning number 2. Second worked by Chris Ortiz in this inning. So that brings up the Texan of Kyle Cox ready to go to work now with the bases juiced in the bottom half of inning number 2, as it is a 5-2 lead for the Medford Rogues. The Studs bullpen scurrying now. Right-hander getting warmed up now for the Studs in right field. First pitch on the way, fastball right down Main Street, strike 1 to Kyle Cox. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. Had a fly out back in the same inning. Rogues covering all the bags in the bottom half of inning number 2. Alley at third, Casagrande at second, Ortiz at first base. Strike 1 pitch home, off speed. That's going to be lined right to the third base in Copeland, and the inning is over. But it is a huge inning for the Rogues. 5 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 3 left as the Rogues leave the bases loaded. Rogues leading 5-2 against Seattle. We go to the third right after this from Medford. It's country night at the Harry and David Corral. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogues Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
5-2 Medford as we go to the top half of inning number 3. We are brought to you by Figaro's Pizza. From pizza to wings and even calzones, Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated and a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. As Nico Crowley goes to work now for his 3rd inning of work at Harry and David Field. 4 strikeouts so far for the Ranger from Olympic College. First pitch swung on. That's going to be lined foul out of play on the first base side to the center fielder Ryan Sparrow. As it is, the middle of the order due up for Seattle. As it is Ryan Sparrow followed by Brock Makashima and Jackson Copeland. Right now, this Rogue squad offensively able to score 5 runs in the bottom half of inning number 2. Nico Crowley having a long time to think about what he wants to do in this situation. Ahead, no balls and 1 strike. And that pitch finds the outside corner, strike 2. And now Nico Crowley in charge of the count, no balls and 2 strikes in the top of 3. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Off speed. That's going to be a chopper to the third base side, picked up by Mark Fedro, and they're going to say it went foul. Still no balls and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 3. Ryan Sparrow able to drive in a first run of the game for Seattle. He's 1 for 1 so far this evening. And this Seattle squad has brought the Ray game so far this weekend at the plate. You think about Bradley Carl, but Ryan Sparrow before tonight had 1 hit in this series. Now has 2 hits in Medford. Now behind 0-2, and the pitch home from Crowley. Fastball misses up and in, ball 1. And Nico Crowley still ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. This has been a very finicky zone to watch so far tonight. A very stringent zone, courtesy of the home plate umpire, Alex Chavez. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball misses up and out, ball 2. As the count goes even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch home. Off speed is going to be knuckled foul down that first base side. So we'll do it again. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 3. Medford leading 5-2 against Seattle. 2-2 again. Wave and a miss, strike three. Crowley gets him to chase with the fastball, and that's his 5th strikeout of the evening for Nico Crowley. 1 gone in the top half, inning number 3. Good pitch so far by Nico Crowley. Got him with that breaking ball, but just good off speed so far by Crowley. As it is, Brock Makashima coming up to the plate now. 0 for 1 so far tonight. First pitch on the way. Fastball misses up and in. Ball 1. Makashima struck out back in the first. That was the first strikeout victim for Nico Crowley. Crowley has 5 strikeouts so far. 1-0. Fastball finds the outside corner. Strike 1. You heard from head coach Kevin Olmstead talk about what Crowley's like on the hill. And he said he was a dog, and he's pitching really well right now as the ones are wild in the top of 3. 1-1. Fastball escapes across the plate. Ball 2. We were teasing this a little bit earlier about college baseball in the Eugene Regional. I know this is Beavers and Ducks territory. Beaver and Duck territory of Oregon State and Oregon. Oregon in the Eugene Regional being eliminated today, courtesy of Cal Poly. The Mustangs survived to live another day. The Mustangs, led by head coach Larry Lee, winners of the Big West Conference in the tournament, finished 2nd in regular season play. And I got to see the Mustangs 3 times. Got to call a couple of Cal Poly games when they came to town against Fresno State. Really great team. A lot of players on that squad that are going to probably play at the next level. And congratulations to Cal Poly. I know we're in Oregon right now. 2-1 pitch. That's going to be a roller right to Retigliano at short. The throw over to first, and the throw is going to be in time with the tag applied by Kyle Cox. 6-3 on the ground out. 2 up, 2 down in the top half, inning number 3.
Now batting third baseman.
So now Jackson Copeland comes up to the plate now. 1 for 1 so far tonight for Seattle. But congratulations to Cal Poly on advancing. I know Utah Valley is playing Arizona right now in the Eugene Regional. My alma mater, Fresno State, falling to UC Irvine, but what a great season for Fresno State. First pitch on the way, fastball right down Main Street, strike 1. Fresno State with a lot of injuries on that squad, especially on the pitching staff, but able to win the Mountain West Conference tournament last week in Mesa, Arizona. Strike 1 pitch home from Crowley. Fastball misses down and out, ball 1. And also losing their star center fielder, Sky Collins. Sky Collins are the fastest man in Fresno, as we've talked about him all season long. When I was in Fresno, was injured last Saturday. 1-1 pitch, that's a strike. Good curveball, it bends in on the outside corner, strike 2. But Fresno State, with lingering injuries on the pitching staff, able to stay resilient. Drew Townsend, who took a line drive off his foot against Air Force. 1-2 on the way, escapes out of the mid of Ortiz. Ball 2, as Deuces are wild in the top half, inning number 3. But congratulations to Fresno State on winning the Mountain West Conference tournament. But I know the season comes to an early close for them. I know playing against UCLA yesterday and UC Irvine today, some of the best teams on the West Coast there in the LA Regional. 2-2. That's going to be in the air, left center field, and that is going to drop down for a hit. As that lands right in front of Troy Osborne. 2 out, knock off the bat of Jackson Copeland to extend the frame in the top half, inning number 3. So 2 gone and 1 on in the top half, inning number 3. The second baseman, Jake Gallagher, goes to work now. 0 for 1 so far tonight for the Seattle Studs. 5-2 Medford out in front against the Studs on Game 3 of this 4-game series. Series finale tomorrow at 1:05 p.m. at the ballpark at Harry and David Field. Little early afternoon games, kind of what you see in college baseball. First pitch on the way is a fastball. It misses outside, ball 1 to Jake Gallagher. 0 for 1 so far tonight. Did strike out back in the first. Copeland, the runner at first base. A throw over to first by Crowley to chase him back. He slides back to the bag safely. Still 1 ball and no strikes in the Studs' third. 5-2 Medford out in front against the Seattle Studs on this Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. Just a pitcher-perfect evening for baseball. 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball misses down and out, ball 2. So after striking out the leadoff batter Sparrow and getting a 6-3 ground out off the bat of Makashima, giving up that 2-out single off the bat of Copeland, this at-bat right now for Nico Crowley is important right now. Behind 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch, off speed, bends in on the upper third for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike in the top half of inning number 3. 5-2 Medford out in front. And right now, Nico Crowley trying to shut the door on this advancement of the studs. 2-1 from Crowley. Off speed, that's going to be in the air. Right center field going to his right as Alley. Now stops. He makes the grab for out number 3. And the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left as it is Jackson Copeland over at first base. Go to the bottom half of inning number 3 right after this. Due up for the Rogues as it is the bottom of the order due up of Aiden Horsley, followed by Isaac Hill and Frankie Ritigliano. Medford leading 5-2 against Seattle in Game 3 of this 4-game series. More from the Rogue Valley right after this. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
high school sports,
or college, know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach. You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
It's my experience.
let my coach coach me.
Cheer for other players too.
Not just me.
That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
They have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role.
Hey, Ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
New pitcher for the Seattle Studs as we go to the bottom half of inning number 3 in Medford as it is Hunter Esel in relief of the starter Vaden Lawrence. And this pitching change is brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. As Esel will face the bottom of the order for the Rogues of Aiden Horsley, followed by Isaac Hill and Frankie Ritigliano. Rogues right now offensively 5 runs on 5 hits on this evening. So that first pitch on the way is actually, it'll be outside, ball 1 to Aiden Horsley. 1 for 1 so far tonight at the dish. 1-0 pitch, the strike that finds the inside corner, strike 1. Final line score for Vaden Lawrence. 2 innings pitched, gave up 5 hits, 5 runs. Had 1 strikeout, a handful of walks, 1-1. That's going to be in the air, foul territory, right field. Giving chase is the right fielder, O'Carl. Now ball will bounce in the Studs bullpen in right field, strike 2. Aiden Horsley swinging the bat so far well in this series. 2 hits so far this weekend, 1 hit last night. Base hit today, able to cash that hit in for a run. As the games go on and this Rogue squad offensively starting to wake up. 1-2 on the way, that's in the air. Center field going straight away is Sparrow, calling everybody off, and on the run, he's able to make the grab for out number 1. So Aiden Horsley flies out for the first out of the frame as second baseman Isaac Hill goes to work right now. 3 hits on the weekend. With 1 gone and nobody on in the bottom half of inning number 3. Medford trying to extend their lead after having a 5-run second inning. The bottom half of inning number 2. A tall right-handed batter, Isaac Hill, goes to work now against Hunter Isel from Washington. That first pitch swinging, that's going to go over the head of the shortstop Stocking, and another hit for Isaac Hill. He's 2 for 2 on the evening, 1 out knock in the bottom half of inning number 3, and Isaac Hill having a great evening in the Rogue Valley. as Frankie Rutigliano goes to work now with one gone and one on in the bottom half of inning number 3. 5-2 Medford out in front against Seattle. Rogues right now offensively trying to put another run on the board now in the bottom half of inning number 3. Late start due to a little problem behind the pitcher's mound. First pitch on the way, misses outside of ball 1. If you were not able to join us for the pregame show, it was a little water line break, and water was spraying all over the place behind the pitcher's mound where they usually hook up the hose to water the infield. 1-0 pitch, that's in the air. Right center field going back is Carl. Carl drifting to his left, and he's able to make the grab for out number 2. So Rutigliano flies out for the second out of the frame as we go back to the top of the order. Well, Troy Osborne. Osborne 0 for 2 so far tonight. Osborne still looking for his first hit in this series. The Grants Pass native trying to provide an offensive spark. Isaac Hill over at first base. He's there because of a 1-out knock. And Hunter Essel, I should say, trying to shut down this potency of the Rogues offense. First pitch on the way is a curveball. It's downstairs, ball 1. Troy Osborne 0 for 2 so far tonight. Had a fly out in the first and the second. 1-0, fastball up and in, ball 2. And one of the constants we've seen so far tonight's been the wind blowing into the ballpark. 2-0 pitch, fastball, wave and a miss, strike 1. Troy Osborne currently in the transfer portal, formerly at Sacramento State. Guy who is the bullpen catcher for the Hornets. 2-1 pitch, fastball misses up and in, ball 3. And Troy Osborne trying to work a walk in the bottom half of inning number 3. 3-1. Rogues, 5-2 Rogues out in front. Counts 3 balls and 1 strike. Got a little ahead of myself there. My apologies. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch home from Essel. That's going to be a ground ball hit to the shortstop. A Stocking will pick it up on the run. The throw over to first, and the throw is not going to be dug out in time by the first baseman of Sherman. And Troy Osborne gets his first hit of the weekend with a 2-out single, putting runners at first and second. So a good hit off the bat of Troy Osborne. Kind of sounded like it almost broke the bat a little bit, but Troy Osborne gets over to first base, and now Barry Aiden will protest that call with the first base umpire, Brandon Dollarhide. So runners at first and second now in the bottom half of inning number 3. Rogues right now trying to keep this offense moving as Mark Fedro goes to work now. 1 for 2 so far tonight. Right-handed batter with that RBI back in the second. Provided that spark for the Rogues offense. 5-2 Rogues out in front against Seattle, game 3 of this 4-game series. First pitch on the way is a curveball that bends in on the inside corner, strike 1. Mark Fedro 1 for 2 so far tonight. Guy has been fun to watch so far. Still wearing that cowboy hat when he's playing third base. Sun's starting to set in the Rogue Valley. Strike 1 pitch on the way. That's in the air. Center field going back is Sparrow. Sparrow will stop, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. And the inning is over. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left stranded as it is. Isaac Hill over at second base and Troy Osborne over at first base. We have played 3 in the Rogue Valley. Medford still leading 5-2 against Seattle on Country Night 2025. More from Medford right after this. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes, parents, community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
Nico Crowley goes to work for his 4th inning on the hill for your Medford Rogues, as it is the 8-9-1 batters due up for the Seattle Studs with Joel Fernandez, followed by Garrett Ringer and Chandler Stocking. We are brought to you by Figaro's Pizza, from pizza to wings and even calzones. Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. 5-2 Medford out in front against Seattle on this beautiful Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. First pitch on the way. It's a fastball. It misses up and in. Ball 1 to Joe Fernandez. Fernandez 1 for 1 so far tonight for Seattle. 1-0 pitch. Fastball finds the upper third. Strike 1. Good healthy dose of a fastball from Nico Crowley. He's had 5 strikeouts so far tonight. He's tied with Bronson Chapel from last night. Able to go 7 innings strong, able to strike out 5. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball misses up and out. Ball 2. Joel Fernandez from Yakima, Washington. Also another player from Pierce Community College. A lot of players from Pierce Community College on the Seattle Studs roster. 2-1 pitch. That's fouled off to the right side. Strike 2.
Just a bit foul.
5-2 Medford in the top half of inning number 4. Wind blowing strongly in the ballpark now. 2-2. Fastball, that's tapped into right field. Going in is Alley, the right fielder. Going to his left on the run, able to make the play for out number 1. So Fernandez flies out for the first out of the frame as a 9-hole hitter of Garrett Ringer goes to work now, with 1 gone and nobody on in the top of 4.
Now batting, the K-batter, left fielder, Garrett Ringer.
So Garrett Ringer 0 for 1 so far. Another strikeout victim, Nico Crowley, back in the second. Wind starting to pick up now. 78 degrees at first pitch tonight. It's going to be comfortable for that concert after the game. First pitch on the way, first pitch swing, and that's going to be popped up right side of the infield. Now into shallow right center field. Alley calling everybody off, and the right fielder makes the play again for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the top half inning number 4 as the top of the order guy, Chandler Stocking, goes to work now. 5-2 Medford out in front against the Seattle Studs. Stocking 0 for 1 with a walk so far. Wind still blowing into the ballpark now at Harry and David Field. Nico Crowley delivers the first pitch. Curveball misses up and in, ball 1. It's been a perfect evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley. Rogues able to have a 5-run second inning, kind of similar to what we saw yesterday with that 4-run third inning. 1-0 pitch, fastball finds the upper third, strike 1. One ball, 1 strike, and the pitch home. Curveball bends into the inside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes for Nico Crowley. Crowley's ahead in the count. 1-2. Curveball misses downstairs, ball 2. Deuce is wild in the top half inning number 4. 2 balls, 2 strikes, Crowley ready. And the 2-2 home. Off speed, chopper, that will go foul down that third base side. Will do it again, still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top half inning number 4 as the sun's about to set at Harry and David Field on this beautiful windy Saturday evening. Two and 2. Fastball, Stocking gets a piece of it. Deuce is still wild in the top half inning number 4. 5 strikeouts so far for Nico Crowley on the evening. 2-2 again. And he hits the batter of Stocking, and Stocking will take his base over at first base. A hit by pitch with 2 gone in the top half inning number 4. That will bring up the right fielder, Bradley Carl. Bradley Carl, 8 hits so far on the weekend, a guy who's been swinging the bat well so far in this series. Trying to get out of this 3-run deficit. 5-2 Medford out in front against the Seattle Studs. Game 3 of this 4-game series at Harry and David Field. Wind blowing into the ballpark once again. A little bit stronger than we saw at first pitch. Throw over to first base, and that tag is not going to be in time. That was a close play there. That tag was right on the money for Kyle Cox there at the first baseman. So 2 gone and 1 on in the top half inning number 4. 5-2 Medford out in front. Game 3 of this 4-game series. First offering home, fastball, and he hits the batter again. So Stocking gets hit by a pitch, and Carl gets hit by a pitch. That puts runners at first and second now, 2 gone in the top of 4. So Coach Pat will take time and have a conversation, pitching coach for the Medford Rogues. Make sure Nico Crowley is okay. Has a conversation with the whole infield. This pause in the action is brought to you by Figaro's Pizza. From pizza to wings and even calzones, Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our location in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. 5-2 Medford out in front against Seattle in the top half inning number 4. 2 on and 2 gone as the Rogues right now trying to get this third out of the frame. Runners at first and second. Chandler Stocking at second base. Bradley Carl at first base. That's the first baseman. Ben Sherman goes to work now. 0 for 2 so far tonight. Runners at first and second. Carl at first. Stocking at second base. First baseman Kyle Cox playing off the bag at first. Infield shifting a bit to the left now. Isaac Hill, the second baseman, close to the bag at second. Is that first pitch on the way? Is a fastball. It misses downstairs. Ball 1. There's a big hole in the gap in right center. We heard from head coach Kevin Olmstead. He says, I like just the shift a bit. And also being able to work with Coach Ryan Otto. Figuring out when to shift is the correct time. The 1-0 pitch. Off speed, right, cut on, miss, strike 1. Ben Sherman 0 for 2 so far tonight. Had a fly out back in the first, struck out in the second. Trying to get his first hit of the evening. Stars and Stripes still blowing into the ballpark now. Runners at first and second. Stocking at second. Carl at first base. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch home. Fastball misses down and out. Ball 2. Nobody stirring in that bullpen now for Medford. Crowley trying to get out of the jam. 2 gone and 2 on. 5-2 Medford out in front in Seattle. Game 3 of this 4-game series. Crowley behind 2-1. Checks on the runner of Stocking at second and the pitch. 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. Ball 3. And Ben Sherman trying to work a 2-out walk. Three and 1 from Crowley. Fastball blows right past Sherman, strike 2, and the count fills up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The top half inning number 4. This is a very crucial pitch if you are Nico Crowley right now. Runners at first and second. Chandler Stocking at second base. Bradley Carl at first base. Wind still blowing into the ballpark at Harry and David Field. Crowley looking to get out of the jam. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Checks on the runner of Stocking again. 3-2 pitch. Runner goes. That's going to be comebacker right to Crowley. The throw over to first in time for out number 3. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. And at 2 left, as it is, Chandler Stocking at second base and Bradley Carl at first. As Nico Crowley able to get out of the jam to close out the top half inning number 4. Go to the bottom half inning number 4 right after this. Medford leading 5-2 against Seattle, due up for the Rogues. As it is, Johnny Alley followed by Caden Casagrande and Chris Ortiz. It's country night at the ballpark at Harry and David Field. More right after this. Rogues baseball on the Rogues Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Johnny Alley leads off the bottom half, inning number 4 for the Medford Rogues. 5-2 Medford out in front against the Seattle Studs, as it is a 3, 4, and 5 batters due up with Johnny Alley, followed by Caden Casagrande and Chris Ortiz. 1-0 pitch finds the outside corner, strike one. Johnny Alley is 1 for 2, actually 1 for 1 so far. 1-1. That's going to be slicing foul down that left field line, lands in the Rogues bullpen, strike two. Johnny Alley had that RBI double in that 5-run second inning for the Rogues. Hit by a pitch back in the first. Wind still blowing softly in the ballpark now. 5-2 Medford out in front. Lights have not turned on yet. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. That's going to be a bouncer foul down that first base side into the dugout of the Studs. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. The bottom half of inning number 4. 1-2. That's going to be a roller right to the first baseman, picked up by Sherman, and Sherman will take it to the bag himself. 3 unassisted for the first out of the frame. 1 gone and nobody on as the DH man, Caden Casagrande, goes to work now. 0 for 1 for walks so far tonight, trying to get this offense to move. The Rogues have had their scoring spurts, so to speak. 4 runs yesterday in that third inning. 5 runs scored in the bottom half of inning number 2. Can Caden Casagrande get this offense jump-started in the bottom half of inning number 4? 5-2 Medford out in front. First pitch on the way from the reliever of Hunter Ezel, as that is a pitch that misses inside off speed. Ball 1. Right now, this Rogue squad offensively, 5 runs on 7 hits so far tonight. 1-0 pitch. That's going to be lined into center field. Base hit for Caden Casagrande. And Caden Casagrande gets his first hit of the evening with a 1-out knock in the bottom half of inning number 4.
Now batting the catcher from Sonoma State University, Chris Ortiz.
So Casagrande over at first base. Chris Ortiz goes to work now. Ortiz has not been swinging the bat, but he's been raising the pitch count, able to work a pair of walks in the second inning. Those 2 at-bats, as the Rogues able to go through that whole entire lineup card in the second frame. Chris Ortiz trying to get a hit with 1 gone and 1 on. Studs thinking of a double play. First pitch on the way. Fastball finds the inside corner. Strike 1. Chris Ortiz has had 4 walks so far in this series. Good batter so far, has been able to have good discipline at the plate. Strike 1 pitch. That's going to be a roller right to the shortstop of Stocking. Underhands it over to the second baseman of Gallagher. The throw over to first, and it will be in time for out number 3. And that's a double play. 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. As we have played 4 in Medford. 5-2 Medford out in front against the Seattle Studs. We go to the 5th right after this on Country Night 2025. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
high school sports,
or college, know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach. You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
It's my experience.
Let my coach coach me.
Cheer for other players too.
Not just me.
That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
They have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role. Hey, ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
Know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Nico Crowley goes back to work for his fifth game of work at Harry and David Field. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. 5-2 Medford out in front against the Seattle Studs in Game 3 of this four-game series, as it is the middle of the order due up for the Seattle Studs of Ryan Sparrow, followed by Brock Makashia and Jackson Copeland. First pitch on the way is a fastball that escapes out of the mitt of the catcher of Chris Ortiz. Ball one. Ryan Sparrow 1 for 2 so far tonight for the Seattle Studs. The right-handed batter trying to get this offense moving for the Studs. 2 runs on 5 hits so far. No errors for the Studs of Seattle. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch home. Fastball that's going to miss inside. Ball 2. We talked about Alex Chavez's strike zone, the home plate umpire tonight, a very stringent zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Fastball has to be a ground ball to the right side. Escapes away from the second baseman, Isaac Hill. And that's a roller into right center. Leadoff single off the bat of Ryan Sparrow to begin the top half, inning number 5. So now Brock Makashima comes up to the plate now with 1 on and nobody gone. Rogues thinking of a double play right now as Kyle Cox will hold on to the runner at first base. And we've seen Nico Crowley be in these situations so far, time in and time out tonight. But it's had a lot of composure on the hill. 5 strikeouts so far as that first pitch on the way. Ground ball, slow roller toward Isaac Hill at second. Will pick it up, the throw over to first in time for out number 1. So Makashima will move the runner Sparrow over to second base. That's 4-3 on the ground out. And that was a slow roller because that's how thick the grass is at Harry and David Field. That ball was just dead when it got to the second baseman of Isaac Hill. Got to be on your toes if you're an infielder at Harry and David Field, and that's exactly why with that ground ball there. 1 gone and nobody on. 1 gone and 1 on, I should say, in the top half, inning number 5. 5-2 Medford out in front. And that pitch, first pitch on the way, fastball misses up and in, ball 1. Plus, think about this, able to move the runner Sparrow over to second base, eliminates the double play. Seattle only 180 feet away from scoring the top half of inning number 5. Sparrow over at second base. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Fastball is elevated, ball 2. Jackson Copeland 1 hit going into tonight, now has 2. RBI back in the first, had a base hit in the third. He's 2 for 2 tonight. 1 gone and 1 on in the top of 5. 5-2 Medford out in front. Wind still blowing into the ballpark at Harry and David Field. 2-0 pitch. Curveball bends in for a strike on the inside corner, strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike. And the pitch home from Crowley. Off speed, finds the outside corner. Good location there by Crowley. Able to paint the corners pretty well so far tonight. As the count goes even, 2 balls and 2 strikes as Jake Gallagher waits on deck. Two and 2 from Crowley. Fastball, that misses downstairs, ball 3, and the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the zone starting to puzzle Crowley now of Alex Chavez. We have a little bit of a elevated view. We're not right behind home plate. Now the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second base, that's Ryan Sparrow. 5-2 Medford out in front against the Seattle Studs. Game 3 of this 4-game series. 3-2 from Crowley. Fastball misses down and out, ball 4. And Jackson Copeland's able to work a 1-out walk, putting runners at first and second now. We've seen this story before. If 1 gone and 2 on, Jake Gallagher goes to work now, as that is the first walk issued by Nico Crowley since the first inning. Nico Crowley issuing walks to the first 2 batters you saw in the first inning of Stockton and Carl. Now for runners at first and second of Sparrow and Copeland, Rogues trying to get out of this jam. First pitch on the way, fastball misses up and in, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes in the top half, inning number 5. 5-2 Medford out in front against the Studs in game 3 of this 4-game series. And now the pitching coach, Coach Pat, will step out of the dugout and he'll have a conversation with his starting pitcher tonight. And somebody is warming up in that bullpen right now for the Rogues. (5-2) Medford out in front against the Seattle Studs. This pause in the action is brought to you by Figaro's Pizza. For pizza to wings and even calzones, Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. Runners at first and second, 1 gone. Rogues trying to get a double play to get out of this frame alive. Nico Crowley trying to get out of this jam now. As the right-handed batter of Jake Gallagher goes to work now. Head 1 ball and no strikes. Crowley waits, checks on the runner of Sparrow at second base, and the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be fouled off behind the plate, strike 1.
Just a bit foul.
Temperature's pretty comfortable at the ballpark right now as an airplane flies overhead. From right to left on your screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Crowley checks on the runner of Sparrow again. And the 1-1. That's fouled off to the net, strike 2. This is a big at-bat right now for Nico Crowley. Bullpen active right now for the Rogues. Only 1 arm being warmed up right now. Wind starting to blow, still blowing hard into the ballpark now. You can hear on the crowd mic, it's pretty blustery at the ballpark on this Saturday evening. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch home. Fastball elevated, ball 2. So right now with the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes, runners at first and second. Sparrow at second base, Copeland at first base. This is a big opportunity right now to get the second out and build the confidence in Nico Crowley. And Crowley's been in the same situation before tonight. 2-2, that's in the air, and that's going to be skied foul on the right field line. That will land beyond the berm on that first base side. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. The top half, inning number 5. 5-2 Medford out in front against Seattle. Two and 2. Off speed, cut on and miss, strike 3. Got him with the curveball. Another great pitch by Nico Crowley. Strikeout number 6 of the evening. Crowley having fun on the hill tonight at Harry and David Field. 2 gone and 2 on in the top half, inning number 5. Great pitch by Nico Crowley. This Rogue squad defensively looking to get out of this jam. 2 gone and 2 on. Crowley delivers the first pitch, and it fires upstairs for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. The catcher, Joe Fernandez, 1 for 2 so far tonight. Base hit back in the second, left stranded over at third base, had a fly out in the 4th. 5-2 Medford out in front, runners at first and second. 1-0 pitch. Off-speed pitch, misses upstairs, ball 2. So Nico Crowley gave up a base hit from the leadoff man, Aspero. Able to work a 4-3 ground out. Issued a walk to Copeland. 2-0 pitch is going to be a swing and a miss, strike one. Actually was hit by the pitch. And Nico, they're going to say, is actually catcher's interference. Now, as they're going to say, bases are juiced in the top half, inning number 5. Now the bases are juiced now in the top half, inning number 5. 2 gone. Can Nico Crowley get out of this jam now with the bases juiced in the 5th inning? 5-2, Medford out in front, top of 5. 2 runs on 6 hits. They're going to say that's going to be a definite error. First offering on the way. Fastball. That's going to be a chopper up the middle. Going to his right is Isaac Hill. And he's got speed to the bag at second base. And he forces the runner of Fernandez out at second. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error. As we go to the bottom half of inning number 5 right after this. And Nico Crowley gets out of the jam once again. 5-2, Medford out in front. Due up for the Rogues, it is Kyle Cox, Aiden Horsley, and Isaac Hill. More from Medford right after this. It's Country Night at the ballpark. Medford Rogues baseball on the Rogues Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes, parents, community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
It is another perfect evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley. Wind still blowing into the ballpark as we go to the bottom half of inning number 5 at Harry and David Field. As the Texan Kyle Cox leads off the bottom half of inning number 5, 6, 7, 8 due up as Aiden Horsley will follow, and then Isaac Hill as Kyle Cox 0 for 2 so far tonight. As it is Hunter Essel on the hill, still pitching in relief of the starter Vaden Lawrence. As that first pitch on the way is a fastball that finds the bottom third, strike one. As Kyle's 0 for 2 so far tonight, had a line out back in the second, had a fly out in the second inning as well. 0-1, that's going to be flared out into left center field. Going back is a shortstop, Stockton, and he's able to make the grab for out number 1. 1 gone and nobody on in the bottom half of inning number 5 as Aiden Horsley goes to work now. Aiden Horsley having some fun so far tonight as he's 1 for 2 so far this evening at Harry and David Field. Right-handed batter of Horsley goes to work for his 3rd trip of the evening. Rogues leading 5-2 against the Seattle Studs. First offering on the way. That's going to be fouled off. Screams over some fans' heads. Behind the plate, strike 1. Horsley once again 1 for 2 so far tonight. 2 hits on the weekend. Base hit back in the second. Had a fly out in the third. Strike 1 pitch on the way. Fastball finds the upper third, strike 2. So Hunter Essel in charge of the count. No balls and 2 strikes. The bottom half of inning number 5. No balls, 2 strikes. Fastball, that's going to be lined into the gap in right center. Base hit for Aiden Horsley. Make it a 3-hit weekend for Aiden Horsley. 1 out knock off the bat of Horsley brings up the second baseman of Isaac Hill. And speaking of somebody who's been swinging the bat well so far tonight, Isaac Hill goes to work now. 2 for 2 tonight at the dish. RBI triple back in the second, base hit in the third. Isaac Hill's been hitting the ball well so far this weekend. 4-hit weekend so far, and game 4 is tomorrow at 1:05. First pitch on the way. It's a curveball that bends in for a strike on the outside corner, strike one. We wanted to get Isaac Hill on for pregame. I mean, he didn't see the ball well on opening night, but saw the ball well last night, has seen the ball well tonight. Tall right-handed batter trying to get his teammate home. Of course, that's going to be a roller towards short, picked up by Stocking, throws over to second base. Gallagher goes over to first, and he beats out the tag. Good play by Isaac Hill to run it out to first base. So Hill will reach on a fielder's choice as Horsley's out at second base. And now, Ben Sherman not happy about what's going on as he has been thrown out of the game. So the first baseman throws his mitt into the ground. So what's going on here now? So Sherman's thrown out of the game, as Ben Sherman's not been happy about the calls at first base tonight, with home plate umpire Brandon Dollarhide saying, I am not going to deal with this. You're out of here, young man. So the Rogue staff will escort, as Jackson Copeland will shift over from third to first. And now Jake Gallagher will go over to third base. And now who occupies second base? So the Studs playing musical chairs after the ejection from Ben Sherman. We're still going, as it is. Bryce Foster will take over Gallagher's spot at second. So if you're just now joining us on the Rogue Streaming Network, Sherman thrown out at first base by first base umpire Brandon Dollarhide. So he's out of the game. Now the Studs have to shift their whole entire infield around. Gallagher will go over to third base, as it is Foster over at second base. Copeland will go over to first base now.
Bryce Foster and Jackson Copeland has moved from third base to first base.
So right now, 5-2 Medford out in front. So now Dave May will have a conversation with the skipper, Barry Aiden. And now the first base umpire, Bryce Dollarhide,
also defensive change for Seattle,
making the call at first base. Isaac Hill did beat out the tag, did beat out the throw, just saying. But we shall see what's going to happen now.
The shortstop from Medford and the University of
So now Frank Artigliano goes to work now. Frankie, 1 for 2 so far tonight. Rogues right now trying to keep this offense moving after the defensive changes from the Studs. Can the Rogues keep the pedal to the metal offensively? 5-2, Rogues out in front. Runner goes. A throw over to second base by Fernandez, and the throw is not going to get there in time. Isaac Hill still second base. What a play by Isaac Hill. He swipes second base. Another great play by Isaac Hill. Time and time again tonight, showing off the speed with the bat, but able to steal second base. Rogues right now only 180 feet away from striking in the bottom half of inning number 5. Strike one pitch home, and that's a curveball. Misses downstairs and out, ball 1. 5-2 Medford out in front against Seattle, bottom half of inning number 5. One ball, one strike, and the pitch home. Fastball misses up and out, ball 2. Isaac Hill over at second base. He's there because he was able to reach on a fielder's choice. Able to steal second base. Infield shifting a bit to the left now for Seattle. 2 balls and 1 strike. Big size lead for Isaac Hill at second, 2-1. That's going to be fouled off to the right side. Strike 2 is deuces are wild in the bottom half of inning number 5. 5-2 Medford out in front against the Seattle Studs. Game 3 of this 4-game series. Rogues still searching for their looking for another run after that 5-run second inning. Deuce is wild now in the bottom of 5, 2-2. That's going to be served up into the gap in left center. That's going to drop down for a hit. Gets away from the left fielder, a ringer. 1 run's going to come across the plate. RBI double once again for the Rogues. Make it another RBI for Frankie Ritigliano. 6-2, Medford out in front against Seattle. And the offense continues to put hits on the base paths and runs on the scoreboard. As Troy Osborne goes to work now with 2 gone and 1 on in the bottom half of inning number 5. 6-2 Medford out in front against Seattle. Game 3 of this 4-game series at Harry and David Field. It's Hunter Essel trying to get this inning to close now. That pitch, the throw over to third base, and the tag is not going to be in time. That's actually going to say the third baseman, Gallagher, mishandled the ball. Tagliano was able to steal third base. Another stolen base for the Rogues this inning, and head coach Kevin Olmstead saying, I want to create chaos on the base paths. Right now, Troy Osborne trying to keep this offense moving now. Runner only 90 feet away from scoring. That's Frankie Ritigliano in the bottom half of inning number 5. 6-2 Rogues out in front. And that pitch is going to be a wave and a miss. Strike 1. They're going to say it's 0-2 now. No balls and 2 strikes. Bottom half of inning number 5. Essel ready, and the pitch home. That's going to be a chopper softly. And that will go foul, and we'll do it again. Still no balls and 2 strikes. The bottom half of inning number 5.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
This has been a very interesting inning. If you're just now joining us on the Rogue Streaming Network, Isaac Hill able to reach on a fielder's choice. Sherman thrown out of the game. First baseman is no longer at first base. Copeland is at first base for the Studs. Foster's at second base. Gallagher is over at third base now for Seattle. 6-2 Medford out in front. Game 3 of this 4-game series. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fastball, ground ball, bouncer towards the right side. Picking up as Foster. The throw over to first, and it gets away. 1 runs in. Make that an error. Another error haunts the Studs once again. 7-2 Medford out in front in the bottom half of inning number 5, and that is definitely an error. So a run batted in for Troy Osborne with that error. So he reaches on the air. And the inning continues again as Mark Fedro goes to work now. 1 for 3 so far tonight. Struck out back in the first. Lone hit came on an RBI in the second. Runner over at second base now, as it is Osborne with that on the extra base hit. Rogues right now offensively finding their groove now. 7 runs on 10 hits. First pitch on the way. Curves in for a strike on the outer third, 0-1. Rogues lead by 5, 7-2 against Medford. Against Seattle, I should say, in the bottom half of inning number 5. Game 3 of this 4-game series. Strike 1 pitch home. Off-speed pitch, curveball bends in for a strike on the inside corner. Strike 2 as the reliever, Hunter Essel, in charge of the count. No balls and 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second base, that's Osborne. And the 0-2 home. Fastball, and that's cued foul behind the dish. We'll do it again, still no balls and 2 strikes. The bottom half of inning number 5. Troy Osborne over at second base. 7-2 Medford out in front against Seattle. Game 3 of this 4-game series. Essel ready, and the 0-2. Fastball misses up and out, ball 1. Starting to see a few sweatshirts in the stands right now at Harry and David Field. I know it's comfortable temperatures. I know where I'm from in Kalinga, California, it's like 105 right now in the San Joaquin Valley in California. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch home. Fastball downstairs and the throw over to third base, and the tag is going to be applied late. Troy Osborne steals third base, putting Medford only 90 feet away from scoring in the bottom half of inning number 5. Another great play by this Rogues offense. The lineups have been able to steal all the bases so far tonight. Creating chaos on the base paths has been the key so far tonight. With the sheriff over at third base, Kevin Olmstead. We might talk about him being the sheriff with the cowboy boots and the cowboy hat. Deuce is wild now in the bottom half of inning number 5, and the pitch home. That's a slider that misses down and out. Ball 3 as the count runs full. The runner only 90 feet away from scoring. Troy Osborne there because he reached on an error. That's going to be a ground ball. Picking it up is the shortstop of Stocking. The throw over to first, and that throw will be in time for out number 3. And the inning is over. 2 runs come across the plate for the Rogues. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left as it is Troy Osborne over at third base. We have played 5 in Medford. Medford leading 7-2 against the Seattle Studs. We'll be right back after this. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes, parents, community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes, people like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
We go to the top half, inning number 6 in Medford, Oregon. 7-2, Rogues out in front. New pitcher for your Medford Rogues, as it is Elias Oster on the hill in relief of the star Nico Crowley. And this pitching change is brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. As star Nico Crowley able to go 5 innings strong. You heard from head coach Kevin Olmstead saying that he would go 5 innings strong. He would go 5 innings. He was able to strike out 6 batters, only giving up 2 runs, 6 hits. Only issued a trio of walks, 2 in the first and 1 in the 5th, as Nico Crowley is in the dugout as Elias Oster gets the ball now for the first time in 2025. The young man from Seattle, Washington, the sophomore from Occidental College. From the SIAC, ready to go to work now. His first appearance in a Medford Rogues uniform, as he'll face the 9-1 and 2 batters of Garrett Ringer, Chandler Stocking, and Bradley Carl. 7-2, Medford out in front, top half of inning number 6 at Harry and David Field on a gorgeous evening for baseball. Wherever you may be listening or watching Medford Rogues Baseball, glad to be a part of your Saturday evening, wherever you may be listening. I'll give you some of the scores from across the Pacific Empire League in a matter of moments. Elias Oster ready to deliver the first pitch. And the first pitch comes home. And that's a fastball, misses up and out, ball 1. Garrett Ringer hitless so far on this evening, 0 for 2 so far. Struck out in the second, had a fly out in the 4th. 1-0 pitch, fastball misses up and in, ball 2. Oster is one of the unofficial groundskeepers at Harry and David Field. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch. Fastball finds the inside third, strike 1. What I mean by unofficial groundskeeper, Elias paints the lines every game, actually. 2 balls and a strike. Off speed misses out of the mid of Ortiz, ball 3. Yes, Garrett Ringer trying to work a walk to lead off the top half of inning number 6. So every game so far this season, we've played 3 games at Harry and David Field in this 2025 campaign. All 3 games, Elias Oster has painted the lines. 3-1 pitch, fastball. That's going to be a strike right down Cedar Avenue, strike 2. The count fills up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch comes home, and that's a wave and a miss. Good fastball. It blows right past Ringer. 1 gone in the top half of inning number 6. Oster with his first strikeout of the evening. The young man from Seattle, Washington gets his first strikeout in a Rogues uniform. Able to battle back from being behind the count. Gets Ringer the chase on the fastball.
We had one winner with a $100 gift card, number 53, Chris B. Chris B. Head on down to the souvenir stand.
So right now it's a quick conversation between Oster and Ortiz. This pause the action is brought to you by Figueroa's Pizza. From pizza to wings and even calzones, Figueroa's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figueroas.com or come by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. So Elias Oster, the unofficial groundskeeper, has 1 gone in the top half of inning number 6. As we go back to the top of the order with Chandler Stocking. 0 for 1 so far, with a walk and a hit by pitch. Oster trying to get the second out of the frame as that first pitch comes home. Fastball, ground ball, come back right to Elias. Elias underhanded over to first, and he gets him out for out number 2. 1-3 on the ground out for the second out of the frame. And good patience right there by Elias Oster. He was behind in the count, able to get the strikeout, and now gets that force one, that 1-3 ground out as the scariest man in the Rogue Valley, not Rowdy the Rogue, but Bradley Carl. Guy who's had 8 hits so far in this Studs lineup goes to work now of 2 gone and nobody on. Right now, this has been a tough one to get out as that first pitch on the way. Fastball finds the outer third, strike 1. Elias Oster with a good pace on that fastball. A little bit of a break on that fastball. No balls, 1 strike. Oster ready, and the 0-1 home. Fastball misses up and in, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike in the top half of inning number 6. Just a beautiful evening for baseball as the lights are on at Harry and David Field. 1-1. Speed breaks in on the inside corner for a strike. Strike 2. So right now, Elias Oster is ahead 1 ball. Oster's ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch home. Fastball, strike 3 called on the outside third. Another nasty fastball by Elias Oster, Seattle, Washington zone, able to have a 1-2-3 frame. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6 right after this. Medford leading 7-2 against Seattle on this Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figueroa's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figueroa's. Order online at figueroas.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figueroa's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figueroa's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes, parents, community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
Another great evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley. New pitcher for the Seattle Studs as we go to the bottom half of inning number 6. As it is Tegan Aiden on the hill pitching for the Seattle Studs. This pitching change is brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. As Tegan Aiden's getting his warm-up tosses in right now, as Hunter Eisel able to go 3 innings strong, giving up a pair of hits, 2 runs. As Aiden's getting his warm-up tosses in right now as we speak. Gets that throw over to second base. The catcher Fernandez, as it is the 3, 4, and 5 batters due up for the Rogues, as it is Johnny Alley, followed by Caden Casagrande and Chris Ortiz. This Rogue squad right now offensively 7 runs on 10 hits on the Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. As Johnny Alley 1 for 2 so far tonight. Ready to try to make that happen. As it is, Tegan Aiden on the hill pitching for Seattle. Is that first pitch on the way? Curveball misses upstairs, ball 1. Tegan Aiden from the Pacific University. Grew up in the state of Washington. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch, that's 1-0. That's going to be popped up in the shallow center field. Tracking it down as a shortstop, Stockings goes to his right. He makes the grab for out number 1. So Alley flies out for the first out of the frame as the DH man, Caden Casagrande, goes to work right now. Caden Casagrande 1 for 2 so far tonight with a walk, trying to keep this offense moving. The Rogues able to score twice in the bottom half of inning number 5. And you notice, talk about last night, that Rogue squad able to score 4 times in the 3rd inning, 5 times in the 2nd inning tonight. Rogues offense able to score in spurts. First pitch home. That's a strike on the upper third, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Caden Casagrande. Base hit back in the 4th was thrown out at second base. Walked in the 2nd, had a fly out in the 1st. Strike 1 pitch home from Aiden. Slider misses up and out. Ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike in the bottom half of inning number 6. 7-2 Medford out in front against Seattle. Game 3 of this 4-game series. Series finale tomorrow at 1:05 p.m. Pregame show at 12:50. 1-1's going to be fouled off to the screen. Strike 2. Caden Casagrande, somebody's been fun to watch so far. Guy who's been swinging the bat well before tonight. Had 2 hits, now has 3 hits on the weekend. And you talk about improvement, 1% every day. The Rogues have had that improvement so far since opening night. 1-2 pitch, slider misses inside, ball 2. As Tegan Aiden is a side armor, throwing the ball, kind of like a 2/3 throw, but we'll get the full diagnosis from the hitters tomorrow during BP. 2-2. Off speed, escapes out of the mid of the catcher Fernandez. The count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The bottom half of inning number 6, 7-2 Medford out in front against Seattle. Game 3 of this 4-game series. As it is country night at the ballpark. Don't forget there's going to be that country concert after the game. Payoff pitch. Off speed, misses upstairs, ball 4. And Caden Casagrande able to work a 1-out walk in the bottom half of inning number 6. So if Caden Casagrande over at first base, Chris Ortiz goes to work now with 1 gone and 1 on in the bottom half of inning number 6. Rogues right now offensively trying to keep this offense moving. 7 runs on 10 hits, 5 runs in the 2nd, 2 runs in the 5th. After Seattle scoring 2 runs in that first frame, the Rogues have been able to answer back with 7 runs. First offering home, and that's fastball misses upstairs, ball 1. The sidearm approach of Tegan Aiden, 3rd pitcher used so far by Seattle. As Seattle brought 16 pitchers to the Rogue Valley. All 16 pitchers will see playing time this weekend. Aiden ready. Checks on the runner of Casagrande at first, 1-0 pitch. Finds the outside third, strike 1. It has not been the flashy hitting for Chris Ortiz so far this season. For today, had a 1 hit and a pair of walks. Has 2 walks tonight. Ran into a double play back in the 4th inning, but it's been his lengthy at-bat to raise the pitch count on these pitchers. Runner goes, and that's going to be popped up. Trying to track it down is the catcher, Fernandez, and that ball will land just out of play. Strike 2. So right now, this is a squad right now, trying to keep this offense moving. Starting Tuesday, the Rogues will have 13 straight games, 12 of them at home, 1 of them on the road in Roseburg, Oregon. That's 2 hours just north of this location. Harry and David Fielders will be taking on the Springfield Drifters for the neutral site game at Champion Car Wash Field right by the South Umpqua River. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch home. Off speed, that's misses upstairs, ball 2. And that's going to be a very fun broadcast. You can see my buddy Knight Uretsky, the play-by-play voice of the Springfield Drifters, also a California boy, grew up just down the road from me at Fraser Park. You might know that might be at on the Grapevine. Went to school in Bakersfield. 2-2 on the way. Off-speed pitch misses outside of ball 3. He'll be joining us for the Rogues pregame show. Well, plus we'll have our Rogues player spotlight and our Rogues player profile, I should say. We're trying to decide, should we call it Rogues player profile or Rogues player spotlight? Send me a message on Instagram, BrianWelch127, and let your voice be heard. Payoff pitch home. That's going to be fisted right towards the second baseman. Foster tosses it over to Stocking. The throw over to first in time for out number 3. That's going to be a double play, 4-6-3 double play, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 7th right after this. Steel Country Night at Harry and David Field. It's a happy time at the Harry and David Corral. 7-2 Medford out in front against the Seattle Studs. Medford Rogues baseball on the Rogues Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
After having a 1-2-3 inning, Elias Oster goes back to work for his second inning of work, as it is a new batter coming in for the Seattle Studs, as it is Ryan Sparrow ready to go to work right now. Ryan Sparrow lead off the inning, 4, 5, and 6 due up, as it is Sparrow, followed by Makamisha and Copeland. Top half of inning number 7 as Elias Oster. 2 strikeouts to his credit so far on this game 3 of this 4-game series. First pitch swinging, that's going to be lined into right field. What a grab by the right fielder, Johnny Alley, able to rob Sparrow in right center. What a play by Johnny Alley. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the top half of inning number 7. What a play by Johnny Alley in right field as he's getting used to the friendly confines of Harry and David Field. So now Brock Makashima comes up to the plate now with 1 gone and nobody on in the top half of inning number 7. That might be our play of the game there, as that first pitch is fouled off to the right side, strike 1. Makashima hitless so far tonight at Harry and David Field. Pair of groundouts and a strikeout so far tonight at the Harry and David Corral, just for tonight only, with the it being country night. Strike 1 pitch, wave and a miss. Good slider by Elias Oster. Plus, it's been fun talking with Elias about his philosophy on how to paint straight lines down the third base and the first base side. Oster ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch home. Off speed, cut on and miss. Ortiz will try to get the throw over to first. He does indeed. He gets another strikeout third strikeout for Elias Oster so far tonight. 2 up, 2 down in the top half of inning number 7. Good pitching so far by Oster. As Jackson Copeland comes up to the plate now with 2 gone and the base is empty. Elias Oster having some fun so far tonight in relief of the starter of Nico Crowley. First pitch on the way as the fastball finds the outer third, strike 1. Copeland, 2 for 2 with a walk so far tonight. 1 hit before going into tonight's game. Strike 1 pitch, home ground ball, chopper foul down that third base side, strike 2. We were talking about it before we went to commercial break about that. 13 straight games for the Medford Rogues. Rogues starting the week off right with a 3-game series against the CCL Showcase team. 0-2 pitch. Looping curveball misses up and in, ball 1. 3-game series against the CCL Showcase team. Cascade Collegiate League Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 3-game series Friday, Saturday, Sunday against the Redmond Dudes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball, strike 3 called right down the heart of Main Street. Back-to-back Ks for Elias Oster. Make it 4 strikeouts for the Tiger from Occidental College. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left stranded. As it is, another time to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Medford leading 7-2 against Seattle on this Saturday evening for Country Night. Due up for the Rogues. It's Cox, Horsley, and Hill. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogues Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
High school sports,
or college, know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach. You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
It's my experience.
let my coach coach me.
Cheer for other players too.
Not just me.
That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
They have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role. Hey, ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
It is another gorgeous evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley. Bottom half of inning number 7 we go at Harry and David Field, 7-2. Medford out in front against the Seattle Studs. New pitcher for Seattle, as it is Derek Holtzler. And this pitching change is brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. As the guy who's right at home, the Texan Kyle Cox, ready to go to work now, as it is the 6, 7, 8 batters due up for the Rogues. 7-2, Medford out in front. Derek Holtzler on the hill pitching for the Seattle Studs. First pitch on the way from Holtzler comes home to Kyle. Fastball misses downstairs, ball 1. Kyle tonight hitless on the evening, 0 for 3 so far, trying to get his first hit in a Rogues uniform this season, a returner from last year's squad. Right-handed batter trying to get this offense to move 7 runs on 10 hits so far for the Rogues. His first pitch miss, actually that 1-0 pitch miss is inside, ball 2. Aiden Horsley waits on deck for the Rogues. Kyle from Round Rock, Texas. The Lone Star Stadium. Talked to him about good barbecue places to eat in Round Rock. 2-0 pitch, fastball finds the upper third, strike 1. But right now, this Rogue squad offensively able to score 5 times in the second, twice in the 5th. Rogues have not cracked into the double-digit marks in the runs column so far this season. Can they do it in this inning? 2 balls and a strike to Kyle Cox, the young man from Texas. 2-1 pitch, fastball misses down and out, ball 3. Rogues right now will trying to keep this win going now in the bottom half of inning number 7. Kyle trying to work a leadoff walk. 3 balls and a strike. Holtzler delivers. 3-1 pitch is a strike that finds the outside corner. As Kyle Cox said, I wanted to go over to first base, but home plate umpire Alex Chavez, who's had a very interesting, very interesting zone to watch tonight, said, no, it's not going to be like that. Count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball fouled off to the right side. Will do it again, so 3 balls and 2 strikes. The bottom half of inning number 7. This Rogue squad, after trailing 2-0 against Seattle, able to put up a 5 spot in the second frame. And then able to answer with 2 runs. Count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fastball misses down and in, ball 4. So now Kyle Cox able to work a leadoff walk in the bottom half of inning number 7. And our resident baseball expert, Mr. Rowdy himself, his identity is not going to be named on this broadcast, as Holtzler trying to make him the chase low and out. So right now with Kyle Cox over at first base, Aiden Horsley goes to work now, 2 for 3 at the dish tonight. Rogues right now offensively trying to get this offense to move, and we give shout outs out as that first pitch is squared and fouled off on the bunt, strike 1. Shout out to all the high school graduates, college graduates that are graduating this week. I know I graduated from Fresno State a couple weeks ago, but a good friend of mine, Caitlin Sapasian, is having a graduation party tonight at the Sunnyside Country Club in Fresno. Congratulations, Caitlin. Sorry I cannot make it. I'm in Medford, Oregon right now. Strike 1 pitch on the way. Off speed misses up and out, ball 1. But shout out to Caitlin Sapasian for graduating for Fresno State. Caitlin, good friend of mine from college. Shout out to Miss Caitlin Sapasian on graduating from Fresno State in California. 1-1. Fastball finds the outside corner, strike 2. And Holtzler is ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes in the bottom half of inning number 7. Instead's thinking of a double play now in the bottom half of inning number 7. 5-run lead for Medford, 7-2 against Seattle. Game 3 of this 4-game series finale tomorrow as that 1-2 pitch is a wave and a miss, strike 3. And Horsley goes down swinging as Isaac Hill goes to work now with 1 gone and 1 on in the bottom half of inning number 7. Isaac Hill 2 for 3 so far tonight. He's been making plays at the dish and at the second base spot tonight. Isaac Hill, the right-handed batter, ready to go to work now. 1 gone and 1 on. Stud's thinking of a double play now. 7-2, Rogues out in front. Wind blowing into the ballpark. First pitch fastball right down Cedar, actually down below, I should say, ball 1. It's been a perfect evening for baseball, and how to top off a perfect evening? How about a concert? 1-0 pitch, off speed, misses up and out, ball 2. So right now, this Rogue squad offensively finding their groove right now. I know this is only game 3 of this 2025 season. There's a whole lot more baseball to go through. But this team's playing some good baseball. Plus, this team is playing very tight right now. They're all tight in the dugout. 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball right down Main Street, strike 1. That finds the middle third of the zone. Isaac Hill trying to get a board down. RBI triple back on the second base hit in the third. Reached on a fielder's choice in the fifth. 2 balls and a strike now in the bottom half of inning number 7. Fastball gets away from the catcher of Fernandez, and Kyle Cox says, hey, I'll take advantage of that. And he'll steal second base, putting the Rogues only 180 feet away from scoring. And with that, they're able to eliminate the double play ball in the bottom half of inning number 7. 7-2, Medford out in front. Only 1 gone in the bottom half of inning number 7. Rogues right now offensively, 7 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. Three balls and a strike from Holzer, and that's a fastball misses down and out, ball 4. And Isaac Hill's able to work a walk. Second walk issued by Derek Holzer. As Frankie Vitigliano goes to work now with 2 on and 1 gone in the bottom half of inning number 7. Big opportunity right now at the Rogues. Trying to get this offense to move. 1 gone and 2 on. Rogues have been pretty potent so far tonight with runners in scoring position. And you heard from head coach Kevin Olmstead talk about that in our first pregame conversation, our first one-on-one conversation on Thursday, talking about we have to create chaos on the base paths, but also being able to work well in the counts. First pitch on the way, fastball lasers in on the outside corner, strike 1. Runners at first and second, 1 gone, bottom half of inning number 7. Rogues able to score 5 times in the second, twice in the fifth. No balls and 1 strike. The throw over to second base. A snap throw over to Foster to keep the runner of Kyle Cox over at second base now. Rogues right now offensively trying to keep this momentum going. Runners at first and second. Hill at first. Kyle Cox at second base. Wind still blowing into the ballpark now. Strike 1 pitch home. Curveball finds the upper third, strike 2. This has been very interesting to watch. If you are a Rogues fan, you like the calm and composure at the plate. Lineups that are able to have that composure at the plate, win ball games, and also win championships. 0-2 from Hetzler. That's going to be tapped foul. Holzer, I should say, fouled off to the right side. Strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes in the bottom half of inning number 7. Oh and 2. Curveball misses up and out, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes in the bottom half of inning number 7. 7 runs on 10 hits, 1 error for the Rogues. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Seattle. One and 2. Fastball downstairs. Fernandez has to track that one down. Count goes even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Give you some of the scores from across the Pacific Empire League right now. A couple of games going on at the moment. As it is, the Lincoln Potters out in front, 13-5 against the California Red Tails in Lincoln and California. 2-2 from Hotzler, I should say. That's a wave and a miss, strike 3. And Frankie Vitigliano strikes out. The second out of the frame. 2 strikeouts so far for Derek Hotzler for Seattle. As we go back to the top of the order of Troy Osborne. Osborne able to reach on air back in the 5th. Base hit in the 3rd. A pair of flyouts in the 1st and the 2nd. Right now it's all tied up at 3 apiece in the bottom half of it. Inning number 9 at the Arcata Ballpark between the Humboldt Crabs and the Vito Knicks. We'll keep an eye on that one. Healdsburg starts next week, and you saw, if you've seen the schedule for the Healdsburg Prune Packers, a lot of D1 talent, a lot of recognizable D1 talent. 2 gone and 2 on as that foul ball lands on the roof of the stadium, on the press box. Strike 1. Troy Osborne tonight has had his moments getting himself back into his hitting ways. Hey, having the top, being the table setter can make you work for it. Strike 1 pitch on the way. Good slider that makes Osborne chased on it. No balls and 2 strikes as Hotzler is in charge of the count. No balls and 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. Holtzler checks on the runner of Kyle Cox at second base and the 0-2 home. That's going to be a chopper to the right side. Going to his left is Foster, the second baseman. The throw over to first. And the throw is in time for out number 3. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and at 2 left, as it is Kyle Cox over at second base and Isaac Hill at first base. We go to the 8th right after this. Medford leading 7-2 against Seattle. Medford Rogues baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes, parents, community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes, people like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
After 2 scoreless innings for Elias Oster, he goes to work for his 3rd inning at Harry and David Field in Medford, Oregon. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. 6 straight retirements as we go to the top half of inning number 8. As Orlando Covarrubias will go over to left field. Actually, Horsley will go to center field.
Leading off the top of the
we go to work now in the top half of inning number 8. We'll get you those defensive changes right now. As Covarrubias will go to left. Horsley to center, replacing Osborne. Wind blowing softly in the ballpark in the top half of inning number 8. Elias Oster able to have 4 strikeouts so far in 2 innings of work. First pitch on the way, good curveball. It bends down in the middle third, strike 1. Good location by Elias Oster, the young man from Seattle, Washington. Pitching very well so far in his first relief appearance for the Medford Rogues this season. Strike 1 pitch comes home. Fastball blows right past the batter of Jake Gallagher. As it is the bottom of the order due up for Seattle of Gallagher, followed by Fernandez and Ringer. No balls and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 8 at Harry and David Field. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fastball up in the upper third of the zone. Gets in the chase again. His 3rd straight strikeout for Elias Oster. Make it 5 Ks for the young man from Seattle. 1 gone and nobody on. The top half of inning number 8 as Joel Fernandez goes to work now. Fernandez has had a base hit back in the 2nd inning. 7-2 Medford out in front. First pitch on the way. Fastball fouled off to the screen. Strike 1. But right now, you like the pace of how Elias Oster is having on the hill right now. The tall, skinny righty having fun against the Seattle Studs. 7 straight retirements so far. Strike 1 pitch home. Fastball, wave and a miss, strike 2. Good pass fastball by Elias Oster. And once again, he's ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 from Elias. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Back-to-back Ks. 4 straight strikeouts for Elias Oster in relief. Another great strikeout from Elias Oster on the off-speed. 2 up, 2 down. And the top half of inning number 8. I think we have a candidate for player of the game defensively.
Please get by the Double Play Beer House and close out your tabs. Thank you.
So right now it is the batter of Garrett Ringer, 0 for 3 so far tonight. As he goes to work right now in the 9 spot. Still no hits in Medford. 2 gone and nobody on. Top half of inning number 8. 8 straight retirements for Mr. Oster from Seattle, Washington. No first pitch on the way. Fastball, that's going to be tapped in to right center field, and on the run is Alley, and that ball's going to skip by him into right center, rounding first, speeding towards second is Garrett Ringer. He might go for 3. Ringer's going to try to get to third base, and the throw's going to go way offline, and that's a 2-out sliding triple for Garrett Ringer in the top half of inning number 8. Ringer, who was hitless before that at-bat, breaks up an 8 straight retirement party for Elias Oster. So now with Ringer at third base, Chandler Stocking goes back to work once again. 0 for 2 with a walk and a hit by pitch. Still a great pitching performance by Elias Oster, trying to get out of this inning of 2 gone. First pitch on the way, fastball misses upstairs, ball 1. It's been very interesting to watch about how this team's been able to pitch so far this season. I mean, we talked about good starts from Dylan Finelli and Bronson Chapel. Wave and a miss, strike 1 on that off speed. Good location by Elias Oster, the unofficial groundskeeper of Harry and David Field when it comes to painting lines on the third and first base side. Trying to paint the corners right now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball right down Cedar Avenue, strike 2, and Elias Oster with another chance to make this game interesting. Ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes. Long pause from Elias. Sets, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, that's going to be fouled, and it goes up on the screen. Then it curls down. We'll do it again. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 8. 7-2 Medford out in front against Seattle. Wind still blowing into the ballpark now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Fastball misses up and out. Ball 2. Deuce is wild now in the top half of inning number 8, and the pitch fouled off by Chandler Stocking. Bradley Carl waits on deck, a guy who's been swinging the bat well so far this weekend for the Studs. Deuce is wild once again in the top half of it, inning number 8, and the pitch home. 2-2, misses outside, ball 3. And the count fills up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The top of 8, 7-2 Medford out in front against Seattle. And the payoff pitch home. Fastball, that's going to be lifted softly, picking it up as the first baseman of Kyle Cox, able to make the play on that pop out on the first base side of the infield and on the foul territory, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left as it is. Garrett Ringer over at third base. Go to the bottom half of inning number 8 right after this. Due up for the Rogues, it is Fredo, Ali, and Casa Grande. 7-2 Medford out in front on this Saturday night in the Rogue Valley. Medford Rogues baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Fedro leads off the bottom half of inning number 8. 7-2 Medford out in front against the Seattle Studs. As it is, Derek Holzer still on the hill pitching. First pitch on the way is a curveball that bends in for a strike. On the inside corner, strike one. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Medford. A Fedro followed by Ali and Casagrande. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch home. Fastball, wave and a miss, strike 2. As Derek Holzer is in charge of the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Mark Fedro 1 for 4 tonight. RBI back in that second inning when the Rogues scored 5 runs in the second frame. No balls and 2 strikes. That's a fastball that's down in the dirt. Ball 1 as it escapes away from Fernandez. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mark Fedro as Johnny Alley waits on deck for Medford in the bottom half of inning number 8. Game started up a little bit later than everybody expected due to a water leak behind pitcher's mound as there was a break in the valve. 1-2. Fastball, wave and a miss, strike 3, and Fedro's down on strikes to begin the bottom half of inning number 8. Third strikeout for Derek Holzer in relief for Seattle. 1 gone and nobody on in the bottom half of inning number 8. The right fielder Johnny Alley goes to work right now. Rogues right now offensively 7 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Seattle. As it is. As that first pitch comes home, and that's a fastball almost. Actually, it did hit Johnny Alley. And Johnny Alley's going to take that base with honor. 1 out base runner for the Rogues in the bottom half of inning number 8 as Caden Casagrande goes to work now. So now Caden Casagrande trying to keep this offense moving. A runner at first base. This stud squad in the infield has been able to turn many double plays so far this series. Been able to turn 2 double plays so far tonight. Throw over to first base to chase back the runner of Alley. Alley's able to slide back to the first base bag in time. Still waiting for that first pitch to Caden Casagrande. First offering home, fastball right down Main Street, strike 1. Only time Caden Casagrande has been able to get aboard 3 times. 2 with walks, 1 with a hit. Thrown out at second base in the 4th and in the bottom half inning number 6. When he was a part of that double play. Strike 1 pitch, that's going to be popped up. Foul territory, first base side. And that ball will land on the first base side. And a fan in a Mariners jersey will get the ball and hands it to a kid. Look at that. Kid has that ball. And he shows his friends on the berm. No balls and 2 strikes in the bottom half of inning number 8. Right now, this Rogue squad offensively able to score 5 times in the second frame, twice in the 5th. This offense so far has been fun to watch, and it's been fun to see this team score in spurts. 4 runs yesterday in 1 inning, 5 runs today. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch home. Curveball, that's going to be a bouncer toward the shortstop. Stocking will make the grab, the throw over to first, and the throw is in time for out number 3. Actually, out number 1, actually out number 2, I should say. 6-3 on the ground out. But good running by Casagrande. But the throw was just there before him. 2 gone and 1 on as Johnny Alley able to advance to second base on the ground out. Rogues only 180 feet away from scoring in the bottom half of inning number 8. 7-2 Rogues out in front against Seattle. First offering on the way. That's gonna be a broken bat in the air. Foul territory. Tracking it down as the first baseman of Copeland. And it will go foul, but that's another bat broken by the Rogues so far this season. But that bat just literally just sawed off in 2. We've seen the bat split down the middle so far this season. Chris Ortiz has been a guy who's walked twice and grounded into a double play twice so far tonight. Chris Ortiz was liking that bat. He just broke. Runner at second base, 7-2 Medford out in front. Strike one, a pitch on the way. Fastball misses upstairs, ball one. Tomorrow's the final game of this 4-game series between Medford and Seattle. First pitch at 1:05 p.m. Pregame show at 12:50. We'll get a chance to have our Rogues player spotlight, as well as get a chance to have our one-on-one conversation with the coach. Kevin Olmstead is at 1-1, misses upstairs, ball two. And plus, it is a Sunday afternoon game, so it is getaway day. Seattle making the 9-hour drive to the Rogue Valley. They've been doing this for a very long time, going to Medford to start their season. 2-1 for Holzer. Fastball misses outside of ball three. You think about it. Lincoln, Humboldt, and Medford. 3 teams have started their season so far in the Pacific Empire League. Watch out when the Prune Packers start their season on June 6th. 3-1 pitch. That's fouled off to the screen. Strike two as the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Solano will start. West Coast Kings are starting right now. West Coast Kings had a couple of games against the San Luis Obispo Blues down in San Luis Obispo, California, on the coastline. Blues, a very good team in the CCL. Payoff pitch home. Fastball, wave and a miss, strike 3. And Ortiz is down on strikes, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left as it is Johnny Alley over at second base. Medford still leading by 5, 7-2. Against Seattle, we go to the 9th right after this. Medford Rogues baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
high school sports,
or college, know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach.
You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
It's my experience.
let my coach coach me.
Cheer for other players too.
Not just me.
That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
They have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role. Hey, ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
We go to the top half of inning number 9 in Medford, Oregon, 7-2. Medford out in front against the Seattle Studs. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues baseball. New pitcher for your Medford Rogues. It is Axel Holtz out of Folsom Lake College. The young man from Sacramento, California, is tasked with shutting down the Studs offense in the top half of inning number 9. And this pitching change is brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. Elias Oster able to have a very great time on the hill in relief for the star Nico Crowley. 3 innings strong. Gave up no hits, one hit, no runs, I should say. Well, actually, 1 hit, no runs, no errors, no walks. Strikes out 6. Great job by the Tiger from Occidental College, as he's in the dugout right now as Axel Holtz from Folsom Lake College down in California. The Falcon ready to go to work as he'll be facing the 2, 3, and 4 batters of Carl, followed by Sherman and Sparrow. As this is a big opportunity right now. Young man, he's never pitched in front of this crowd before at Harry and David Field. Ready to go to work right now. It is almost 10 o'clock right now. I know the count's going to be going on afterwards, so It's going to be a lot of fun at the ballpark. Don't forget, tomorrow is at 1:05 p.m. If you don't have your tickets, go to medfordrogues.com to buy your tickets. And we'll be back to action on Tuesday. Don't forget, it's Chick-fil-A Tuesday night. That's correct. Got to get myself my chicken sandwich Tuesday night at the ballpark. Game 1 of that 3-game series against the Cascade Collegiate League. So that'll be a 3-game series Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then another 3-game series against the Redmond Dudes Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So a full week of baseball at Harry and David Field. And then Monday, the Rogues go on the road to take on the Springfield Drifters in Roseburg, Oregon at Champion Car Wash Field. And then back at it again the next day at home. So 13 games in a row, 12 of them at home, 1 of them on the road. It's going to test this team mentally and physically. Right now, Axel Holtz has the keys to the car right now. First pitch on the way is a fastball that misses inside ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Bradley Carl. Bradley Carl, one of the scariest hitters so far in the Rogue Valley for Seattle. 8 hits on the weekend so far. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch home from the righty of Holtz. That's a fastball that finds the inside corner, strike 1. Carl is one of the first 2 hitters for Seattle, able to work a walk back in the first inning. Had a base hit in the second, had a hit by pitch in the fourth, 1-1. Ground ball, slow roller to the left side, picked up by Reginato. The throw over to first in time for out number 1. 6-3 on the ground out, 1 gone, 2 to go. In the top half of inning number 9. Good play there, and this infield playing well. Talking with assistant coach Corey Siracusa, actually my apology, talking with Coach Siracusa before the game. Coach Corey was talking about how he wants his team to limit the mistakes in the infield, but also this team just having the confidence, be able to track the ball down, but also be able to have that mental toughness when they go in. 1 gone and nobody on is that first pitch on the way. That's a lasered foul down that first base side, strike 1. The first baseman of Ben Sherman. Sherman 0 for 4 so far tonight. Oh, actually, my apology. That's a new batter, I should say, as is Bryce Foster. Bryce Foster taking over the controls after Sherman was thrown out of the game. Strike 1 pitch on the way. Curveball does not find the inside corner, and that's been the tricky part of home plate umpire Alex Chavez's zone so far tonight. Not having a very tight zone for the pitchers on both sides to navigate. 1-1. Curveball finds the inside corner. Good location there, as it is Axel Holtz ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch home. Slider gets him to chase. First strikeout for Axel Holtz. Axel Holtz gets his first strikeout in a Rogues uniform. 2 gone and 1 to go in the top half of inning number 9. Now Ryan Sparrow goes to work now. 2 for 4 at the dish tonight. Base hit back in the 5th. RBI single in the 1st. 3 hits on the weekend for Seattle. Infield playing deep for the Rogues right now in the top half of inning number 9. First pitch on the way. Good curveball, misses inside. Ball 1. So right now this Rogue squad defensively playing good baseball. You like what this team's doing. You have to improve 1% every day, and this Rogue squad is improving every time they touch the field. 1-0 pitch, fastball, misses down and out. Ball 2. Sparrow for RBI single back in the 1st. Struck out in the 3rd, base hit in the 5th. Had a fly out in the 7th. He's 2 for 4 tonight for Seattle. 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses outside, ball 3. Rock Makashima waits on deck for Seattle. The top half of inning number 9. 2 gone and nobody on in the top of the 9th. 3 balls, no strikes, and the pitch home. Fastball finds the inside 3rd, strike 1. Good location there by Axel Holtz. Axel, a very quiet guy. Talking about how, like we talked with the 3-1 pitch, that's going to be fouled off to the right side, strike 2. And Always when I talk with Axel, I always say it's Axel Foley, like from Beverly Hills Cop, you know? Axel Foley? Yeah. Count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 9. 2 gone and nobody on. And the payoff pitch comes home from Holtz. Off-speed pitch misses up and in, ball 4, and Sparrow's able to work a 2-out walk to continue the ball game in the top half of inning number 9. So now Brock Makashima comes up to the plate now in DH. 0 for 4 tonight. At the plate right now, 2 gone and 1 on. Top half of inning number 9, 7-2. Medford out in front against Seattle. So right now, this Rogue squad defensively looking to get the final out. First pitch on the way, fastball right down Main Street, strike 1. You like how that pace is. Not a lot of break on that fastball from Axel Holtz. Sparrow, the runner over at first base, strike 1 pitch home. And that's a curveball, wave and a miss, strike 2. And the Studs are down to their final strike in the top half of inning number 9. 7-2, Medford out in front against Seattle. Oh, 2. Wave and a miss, strike 3, and that's the ball game. Medford takes game 3, 7-2 against Seattle. 7 runs on 10 hits, 1 error for your Rogues. 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for the Seattle Studs as your Rogues improve to 2-1 overall on the season as the Studs fall to 1-2 on this 2025 campaign. Rogues look to take the series tomorrow afternoon at 1:05 p.m. at Harry and David Field. Rogues postgame show coming up right after the break. Medford picks up their 2nd victory of 2025 in a 7-2 victory against the Seattle Studs. Medford Rogues baseball on the Rogues Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at MedfordRogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at Figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, MedfordRogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at RogueRegencyInn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Post-game show in Medford, Oregon, as it is a 7-2 victory for your Medford Rogues as they take care of business against the Seattle Studs as your Rogues improve to 2-1 overall in this 2025 campaign. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Welch of the Rogues Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of it your Saturday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. What another great evening for baseball for your Medford Rogues. A great start on the hill by Nico Crowley and some good offense. A 5-run second inning. And this Rogues offense and defense playing really good baseball as your Rogues are 2-1 overall in this 2025 season. As Nico Crowley got another great start going 5 innings strong, got himself into some situations, but got himself out of those situations, able to strike out 6, and the ball was handed over to Elias Oster in relief, the young man from Seattle, Washington, able to go 3 innings strong, able to strike out 6 as well, and the closer Alex Holtz able to shut down the Studs batters. In the 9th, he had 1 strikeout as well. As the Rogues offense able to capitalize in the bottom half of inning number 2, they were trailing 2-0, able to score 5 runs in the second inning And it was all started with a walk courtesy of Chris Ortiz, a base hit from Aiden Horsley, an RBI triple off the bat of Isaac Hill, an RBI single off the bat of Frankie Ritigliano, and then an RBI off the bat of Mark Vedro, an RBI double off the bat of Johnny Alley, as the Rogues return into the barbecue place of a lot of ribbies on that second inning. And then this Rogues offense continued to score runs in that fifth frame, especially with that of Isaac Hill actually was Aiden Horsley with another base hit as he was thrown out at second base. Isaac Hill able to get aboard on the fielder's choice. RBI off the bat of Frankie Ritigliano, or Frankie the RBI, Ritigliano. And then another RBI off of Troy Osborne. Osborne hitting the ball well. That was reached on an error in that bottom half of inning number 5. And that was the offense. 7 runs on 10 hits for the Rogues, only 1 error. The Rogues offense playing really good baseball right now as they look for the series victory tomorrow afternoon at 1:05 p.m. at Harry and David Field. Pregame show at 12:50 as they will welcome in the Seattle Studs for the final game of this 4-game series at Harry and David Field. Medford 2-1 on this 2025 season as we're just about to have that concert at Harry and David Field. Game running a little bit later than expected because of the pause in the action, of delay in the game, or delay in pregame actually, with a little bit of a pipe breaking behind the pitcher's mound. They had to put some dry dirt on the ground to make sure nobody would be slipping in the infield, but we got it going at 6:47 p.m. in at Medford. Pick our offensive and our defensive player of the game before we go on the Rogue Streaming Network. You know what? You got to think about, for the 3rd straight game in a row, a Rogue starter able to pitch lights out. Nico Crowley looked really strong, 5 innings strong. He only gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, and struck out 6, but got himself into situations, but got himself out of those situations with runners in scoring position. So we'll give Nico Crowley the player of the game, as well as Elias Oster as well in relief as well. And Axel Holtz, great job by the pitching staff tonight to be able to have the confidence to throw strikes, but also be able to rely on the infield and outfield to get the job done defensively. But also, this defense playing really good baseball. As Coach Corey Saracusa says, hey, we have to be able to think about every pitch at the same time, be able to have the confidence and do not lollygag, because that one pitch might be coming towards you. We took our offensive player of the game, as you know what, there's multiple candidates. You got to go either as high as a kill. Frankly, the RBI Ritagliano. Troy Osborne looked pretty good. Chris Ortiz had a couple of walks. But you know what? A guy that really impressed me. We gave it to Frankie Ritigliano last night for our player of the game. But I would say give it to Aiden Horsley. So Aiden Horsley going 2 for 4 at the plate, a base hit in the second, had a base hit in the 5th, and that was the kind of that start for that offense in those two innings for your Medford Rogues. So Aiden Horsley is our offensive player of the game, and our defensive player of the game is a trio of players: Nico Crowley, Elias Oster, and Axel Holtz on the bump for Medford, able to pitch well, only giving up 2 runs tonight against the Seattle Studs. Series finale tomorrow at 1:05 p.m. at Harry and David Field as the Rogues look to take the series against the Seattle Studs, as the Rogues will be taking on the Studs at 1:05 p.m. Pregame show at 12:50. And let's get a chance to talk with head coach Kevin Olmstead for our one-on-one conversation. Still trying to decide who we should talk to with our Rogues player spotlight. Thank you to the people that have messaged me on Instagram to say, hey, Rogue player spotlight works out better. So as this is Game 4 of this 4-game series, getaway day tomorrow in the Rogue Valley. For everyone here who's put this broadcast together, my name is Brian Wote, saying goodbye. Have a good evening. Repeating the final score from Medford, it's a 7-2 victory for your Medford Rogues as they take care of business of the Seattle Studs. We'll see you tomorrow at 12:50 for the Rogues pregame show. So long from Medford, Oregon. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogues